Talk Eurovision.
Let's talk Eurovision. Let's talk Eurovision. Let's talk Eurovision.
Chocolate covered sugar and spice. Tasty, tasty, yum, yum, tasty.
How much time do we have left together? I can tell you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's Matt with ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel. And we're back for yet another Mattitude live stream where we talk about, you guessed it right, Eurovision. And it's going to be another special day because it is semi-final to the second dress rehearsal, aka the jury show. Now, as you may know or not know, this is the first time that the non-local press can actually see it, comment on it. We get to see the full camera work, everybody. So this is something I'm going to guide you through today, and I'm going to go into the details and answer your questions right away. Of course, hello, everybody in the chat. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join me here today. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of joy, and let's keep the good vibes going, as corny as it sounds. But we all can use a little bit more cheer up. I shouldn't put my bottle right here in the shot. Very professional. Okay. But I need to stay hydrated here, because I do talk a lot. So just a few housekeeping items before we get started into the semi-2 shenanigans. Number one, right now, all you have to do, go to the video and click the like button, please. I've been gone for a year, and even though I've been contributing to Eurovision for over a decade, YouTube is unforgivable for that, so I have to find my way back into the algorithm. So that is free, and it goes a long way, and always comment somewhere, to help me stay afloat in this crazy, crazy world. That's number one. Number two, as pointed out, the press has access to the second, so the dress rehearsal of semifinal 2. This is only to the press, and there are very strict rules. Number one, I cannot share any video. Number two, I cannot share any sound. So yes, to you, you may not even get much. So what I'll do is I'm going to describe it to you to the best of my human abilities, and then also just answer your questions. Now, during the performance, it's going to be fast. So I cannot go into every detail, of course, and then, so I may not always be able to answer questions right during the performances, but afterwards I can. And of course, when you talk to me at ESC United in the chat, so I know that I know that you're talking to me. I should probably also take off these glasses here right now, in case I do need them. Sometimes I do. So with that, we are ready to jump right into it. First, I want to take a look. I see a lot of people saying hello. So hello right back to you. Still recovering from yesterday is ESC Victor saying. And I think we all are. I think that's a really good transition because we have another 54 minutes before the dress rehearsal kicks off. I just figured I come on early and we start talking a little bit about yesterday's trauma. And then, of course, then jump into semifinal 2. We don't want to spend too much time on semifinal 1 because we've talked about that now quite a bit. And as always, both people on YouTube as well as on Twitch, you can ask questions. We finally can see both YouTube and Twitch questions. So technology is amazing. So let's talk this about through real quick again about the 10 qualifiers. If you watch my live stream after the show yesterday, you already know my opinions and thoughts, but those who are here for the first time, let's go for them real quick. The first one, of course, is Norway. And Norway was a relief because I was a little worried about Norway. The fact that they were announced first, of course, because I thought there would be a slight chance that could not qualify because I think it didn't come across as strong live. However, I always had as a qualifier just because the song is too slick to miss out. So I was not surprised to see Norway through. But of course, that left less room for surprise qualifiers, even though we did end up with surprise qualifiers. So the next country that we have here is, that's the wrong order, was Albania, the second country to be announced. I was happy, not really because I knew this was going to go through. This was not a shocker, but it absolutely deserved to go through. And it's one of the few songs this year where there is, when I say universal praise, there are always voices of dissent. World peace doesn't have universal support if you go for that. So, but for the most part, that was one that most people can agree on. So that would be my thinking. Then the third one, when I say we got it out of the way, sounds always kind of harsh, is Sweden, because I love that song to bits. But we all knew that Sweden was going to qualify as soon as they showed up on screen. We're like, yeah, of course, that will be the one that's going to get chosen. So not a surprise, but happy. Absolutely deserved. And then I think the next one was Iceland. I predicted Iceland to go through, but I was, it was more of a borderline qualifier for me. So when I saw this one go through, I'm like, okay, that means San Marino or Slovenia would miss out. That was my initial thinking. Kind of turned out differently, but I was very happy. It's in my personal top 10 as well. It was my prediction top 10. So I'm happy they went through. I'm not too surprised because, it's just a great, great opener. The energy was just right. And even though I keep saying it's very junior Eurovision, it still has appeal to a more broader audience as well, because it has like cool traditional sounds in it as well. And then the next country was announced number 5, the Netherlands. I was happy. I was never worried about the Netherlands. There was some talking because that snippet that came out the 30 seconds, people were like, oh no, he was not 100% perfect during a rehearsal. He's not going to qualify. Obviously, he was magical yesterday, and his big smile and charisma is just shine through. You just want to vote for him. Like, he's the kind of person, like, even if I didn't like the song, I happen to love it. But if I didn't like it, I'd still want to vote for him because he is just amazing. Number 6 was Poland. I predicted that one as well. So far, so good. I was 6 out of 6. So with Poland, it was, some people also were like, well, the song, it's too much and blah, blah. I'm like, are you kidding me? She was vocally amazing. It was visually just a feast. It was absolutely deserved. I'm happy for her returning after 30 years and then just blowing us away like that. Very, very happy as well. The next one was San Marino. And San Marino is one of my favorites in the semi. And I put it as a non-qualifier because I had it in there and then we did this whole poll thing and then I changed my mind. I listened to y'all. I shouldn't have, but I'm thrilled that I was wrong that San Marino, qualified. I'm glad because it's such a banger. This is one of the songs that I always get excited when it comes on. So happy, happy, happy. The songs are strong enough. You can always make a case the staging could have been less static, but the camera work does quite a bit. Extra legwork for that as well. So I am a big fan and happy that I was wrong. So the next one was Estonia. Not a surprise either. I think that his vocals, if they would be better, I think this could be easily in the tops 5, 6 of this grand final, but I think the vocals will completely turn off the juries that had any kind of inkling potentially supporting it. And with the televoters, it's still going to do well, but maybe not quite as well as we think. Nevertheless, a qualification was never really in doubt. So I still think it is such a fun, gimmicky thing to do, but it works. I mean, the fan running the stage and then dancing with him, so fun, so clever. So I was not surprised. Then I'm not sure if you watched my reaction video, but I also put up a short about this one. But that one was Portugal coming next. And what was it? Slovenia, Portugal, and Azerbaijan. That was the split screen. So those were 3 non-qualifiers. And by non-qualifiers, I mean like based on betting odds, fan polls. So everyone was like, oh. And I will say, I never thought in a gazillion years that Portugal would qualify. It had most certainly the Latvia 24 vibe here, right? Last in the betting odds and everywhere, and still qualifies. But it just shows sometimes the quiet, unassuming songs can go far. And sometimes we underestimate the televoters. And even though not my song, not what I predicted, I'm thrilled that they went through. And did you see the band, how happy they were? How can you be mad at that? Just because I'm not into a song doesn't mean that it didn't deserve to go through, because clearly enough people voted for it. So yay, Portugal. And then the last one was Ukraine, also obvious qualifier. I was a little bit bummed that they put them last only because it was such an obvious qualifier. Some people were thinking, oh, maybe Ukraine's not going to qualify. Stop it. We always knew Ukraine was going to go through. So when they were last left, I was like, obviously, obviously. So that was a little bit anticlimactic, the last one. But hey, it could have been worse. Yeah, I see the moment there was a split screen between Portugal, Azerbaijan, Slovenia. Split screen should enter the Eurovision history books. I know, right? And they waited until the 9th. I wonder if they really thought this through. Like, these are obvious non-qualifiers, so we give the fans a heart attack. But yeah, it was interesting. So I was happy about that. The use of LED screen for San Marino and camera just worked. Yes, I said visually it was great. Vocally, it was great. Like when you, especially with a headset, it sounded so good. It looked good. It just, the concern was, is it too static? And there were too many people who didn't like the song in the first place, which I never understood. Like, I was like, if this would have been Italy, would that have been like high up? Because I thought this is superior to Italy this year, but that is just me. So, and we'll talk about semifinal 2 in just a moment. I see some of the press polls. We have a lot to talk about that. So let me just get through to the non-qualifiers real quick here. So the big one, of course, is Belgium, where most people thought it was going to go through. I initially had Belgium as a non-qualifier. And then I watched the dress and I'm like, okay, this is probably going to go through. It's just vocally pretty good, and it was very slick. So I put it in my top 10. And then I saw the actual live performance yesterday, and I was like, okay, now I'm a little bit less optimistic. So he certainly was not quite as strong in the live show than he was in the dress rehearsal. He was still great with the high notes, and it was still good. I still thought it was going to go through at that point, but I was less confident. So, and sure enough, it did not happen. So it's a bummer. So I know people are upset, but that's always a year of surprises. And technically was now Belgium 2 years in a row, but they also had qualification that people didn't expect it, like in 22. And so I hope people are not too discouraged by this. Belgium, sometimes it just doesn't work that way. Then the next one, which is a semi-surprise, is Cyprus. I think Cyprus was assumed to be a safe qualifier because of that hype of the staging. And I said during my dress rehearsal, I'm like, the staging was a letdown to me because the scaffolding was fun, but the opening shot was the best. And then it was just like, we're putting him on the ground, we're climbing through it. I thought they're going to do like silhouettes and shapes and all of that stuff, but that never happened. It just was not that great. And then vocally, it was really underwhelming. I still thought it was going to qualify just because it's going last. And it's highly unlikely that the last two songs, that neither of them will go through. I think the last time it happened was in 2008, I think. So I think the odds were in Cyprus's favor, but it did not happen. And I cannot say I'm disappointed for the act because I'm sure they tried hard. But in terms of quality, I thought this was actually a very fair, outcome. And then the other one, Slovenia. Obviously, I was a little unsure. I thought it would be more likely for Slovenia to take that calm spot rather than Portugal, but it was Portugal that took it over Slovenia. So that's where I miscalculated. And then the other ones are, Azerbaijan and Croatia. They, of course, I don't think they were ever really in contention after what we've seen. So that's a bummer, but, it was a little bit more expected, I guess. So hopefully they feel not discouraged, especially Croatia after such a good year in 2024. And then just real quick, and you can start asking questions in the chat at ESC United about the Semi 1 real quick before we move on to Semi 2. Spain, to me, was much better than live than in the clip that we saw that came on, and even in the dress rehearsal. I think she sounded good. She was good. So I feel a lot more optimistic about Spain's chances on Saturday. Italy, it seems like a lot of people love it and a lot of people feel snoozy about it, which could be a good thing because you want to have people vote for you. At least there's not too much indifference about it, I guess. So that works in their favor. And then last but not least was Switzerland. And to me, the performance was just haunting, so beautiful. If you connect with it, this could go far. Now, some people feel like it was boring, but I think a lot of people will gravitate towards Switzerland. And now during the live performance, there was a camera issue, which I know will be fixed for Saturday. And you can watch the full performance, with the real camera work online as well on the YouTube channel of Eurovision. It is now there with the cool moment. It is done so beautifully, so effective when it gets like angry. And then she comes back with the soft voice. I have an announcement, y'all. I have a major announcement. Stop the press. Matt, with ESC United, my favorite song of the year. I just listened to the song for the first time last Sunday. So like 9 days ago. I haven't listened to them then. My number one since then has been Sweden. After today or last night, my new number one is Switzerland. I loved it. I don't remember the last time I felt this emotional. It's so beautiful. I still love Sweden. Don't get me wrong. I'm not poo-pooing on Sweden. It's still love, 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 love. But Switzerland took the spot for me. So now we have to see if anyone from Semi 2 can take that spot, because there's some other ones contention. Austria, France, you name it. So that's how I feel. Now I would love to hear your thoughts as well about this at ESC United. Do you feel like Spain's lacked the color it had in the national final visually with LED and lights? So I did not see the national final, so I cannot comment on that. But what I can comment on is that I agree. I agree that I wish I would have seen more colors in the staging, because it is a very lively, energetic song, and I wish they would have stuck with that. That being said, I think there are so many cool elements with the beginning, with the hat, and then the curtain, and then it drops and the stairs, and she had kept up with it. So I thought it was really, really good. So we'll see. I think people underestimated the effect that dislocado would have on Ukraine. Who would vote yesterday? I suspect Ukraine gave Portugal the biggest push that they needed to qualify. I don't know. It could be. Maybe they needed that final push, because, one country pushing you is not enough. But we will find out Sunday morning, Sunday morning, when we have the actual breakout of the results. Right now, of course, our gut tells us let's go with Portugal being the borderline qualifier. But again, if we learn anything from history, even recent history, we should know better, because Latvia last year, we all thought, well, clearly that just barely squeezed through, and then it came 7th in the semis with a significant lead to like the 10th and 11th place. So I do not make any false assumptions right now. So I can make predictions, but they are not confident predictions. If Switzerland wins, I wouldn't be mad at all. Well, I wouldn't be mad at all. Now, keep in mind, when I just said Switzerland is my current new number one, I'm not implying it's going to win. I don't see a win in the cards for Switzerland, but I do see a really good, respectable result for the hosting nation, which we often don't get. I think it's going to want to be the better ones in recent years. I think they just did everything right. A beautiful song, the staging. It's just so intimate, and people keep saying it's so simple, and it's not simple. It is one of the most complicated staging, actually, just because it's a close-up the entire time, just one camera shot. You saw technical difficulties, how complicated it actually is. Just because it looks easy doesn't mean it is. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind. So I'm saying that. Switzerland is giving Salvador Sobral vibes a little bit. Yes, I do agree with that. But I personally consider 2017 one of the weakest years in recent history. And it was the only true contender there to begin with. So that's why I think like this year has a lot more competition. But that is just me. Have you seen the chart updates? Italy is charting quite well. Italy always. So this is one thing we need to also be careful about. Look at the list we saw yesterday during the live thing, like all these Spotify streams. Italy is always at the top because Italy loves Spotify. Clearly, I don't necessarily think the streams is always the best way on Spotify to judge a song. Then you could make a case, let's look at the views on YouTube, which they don't. You know, there are all different kind of measurements on how to do that. Spotify is not always the most accurate one. It's just one media. So, and that's not for me to poo-poo on Italy. You know, I'm just saying that it's not necessarily always the most straightforward way to look at stuff. Switzerland staging is not so good for the home audience in the tall. It's not so good for the home audience in the hall. In the hall is probably boring, but that is the thing. There are so many performances that are quite boring. I remember Greece 2021 Last Dance with the green screen. I mean, you don't see the green screen in the arena. You just see her dancing in front of a green screen. I'm like, whoop-de-doo, you know? But then in the thing, you know, it on TV, it looks great. Keep in mind. And all y'all who have tickets, you'll have a wonderful time at Eurovision. But ultimately, you are props. The audience is a prop to get the excitement going. You're all planned wearing the wristbands that light during Switzerland. You are part of the setup for Eurovision. The most important thing is the people watching on TV. And that's not me taking away the experience, because I've done it many times. It's the most wonderful thing in the world. But they don't worry about how it looks in the arena. They care about what it looks like on TV. How are you, Matt? I'm still shocked about Belgium being in a queue. I thought it was going through. I thought it was going to go through. I initially had it in my 6th place as qualified. Then I saw the live performance last night, and I dropped it to 8th place or 9th place because I'm like, it's going to be a little closer than we thought, but it's still going to go through. But no, it didn't make it in the end. So, yeah. All I can say is it was not his best performance. I'm not saying just because it wasn't his best performance, maybe he wouldn't have qualified regardless. But I'm just saying that I felt he was stronger in the dress rehearsal. And it had more of a punch. This time, it did not quite stand out as much. So let's move on to today. So what I want to do is do a pre-prediction thing for me. And I know we did a poll a few days ago, but I made some changes because after yesterday's situation, I want to follow more my gut rather than just the betting odds, because they can't be right. Obviously, we're going to put France aside, UK and Germany for the time being, only because, you know, they are performing, but they're not going to, you know, be up for, you know, elimination or qualification. So I have this very fancy system here where I have cards of the countries where I put scotch tape on them. So I will do that again this time around, and then I put the 10 that I think right now that will qualify before I do the actual watch the actual dress rehearsal, and then see if I have to make any changes. So let me bring up the list of the countries. 1 second. Eurovision. So I know that obviously Australia is the first country to perform tonight and rehearse. Let me just get the list. Where you at? Okay, here we go. All right. So Australia. Where is Australia? So as of right now, I have Australia as an obvious qualifier. Too much fun, too far out there to be ignored, and opening is a great way to stay in the top 10 in the semis. I'd rather open in the semis than in the finals, of course. So I have Australia as a qualifier. As of right now, I think Australia will come in 5th place. So I'm going to put them here. Ta-da! Isn't that fancy technology? Like AI eat your heart out. So that is what I'm thinking. Next up is Montenegro. From what I've seen and heard, the staging actually looks quite appealing and fun. The song just doesn't take it. She and her Nina's voice. I remember in 2013, I was running around and like, this is pre-recorded. She's not singing like, that's how flawless she was. And she still sounds amazing, but the song itself just doesn't have what it takes. I love Nina. I love everything about her, but the song isn't strong enough. That's what I'm thinking now. We've all seen Portugal. So do I think now I'm so certain? No, but I'm not. So right now, I still have it put in 15th place. I know it's going to get high points from Serbia, but I don't know where else they're going to sneak points from. So other than that, I just don't think it has enough to go through. So let's move on. People asking about my personal favorites. I will address them in a second as well. The next country on the list is, Latvia. Ireland, I mean. Latvia's after that. So Ireland, there are a lot of different opinions, right? A lot of people are convinced it's not going to go through. Some people think it is going to go through. I have no qualms to admit that I love the song, and it takes me back to my teenagerhood when that music was really, really popular. And I'm biased. Now, in terms of where it would land, would it qualify or not? If you asked me yesterday, I would have said, no, I'm listening to the people. Now I'm telling myself, this has a market. This has people, a demographic. I think Ireland will qualify. But I'm not 100% confident, but I want to give it the benefit of a doubt, as I should have with San Marino. So I am putting Ireland in 10th place. It's the borderline qualifier. Yeah, that is how I feel about it. So hopefully my good vibes here will help him. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so next up is Latvia. A lot of us are very hopeful that they will qualify just because for how different it is. And I know some people will not get it. Certainly Eurovision bubble has not been super crazy about it, but with the staging and everything, it's a mood and vibe. And if we've learned anything from semi, one is those songs have a place in the final. So I do not have Latvia as a borderline qualifier. I have it actually as a 7th place for now. That's how I'll feel more comfortable about Latvia going through. So I don't think it's going to be that close. I think they have what it takes to make it. Now, keep in mind, this is all just pre-rehearsal, right? Next up, I have Ireland. What? I'm looking at things. Armenia. Let's see here. I feel has any chance to qualify. Has also every chance to not qualify. This one I have to see. As of right now, I think that Armenia is out. I put them in 13th place for the time being, I think. And keep in mind, I have a few more surprises here. So I am putting this one as a non-qualifier. So, but I'm watching Armenia. Armenia could completely change my mind. The next country, of course, is Austria, currently number 2 in the betting odds to win the whole thing. And one, I am not going to pretend that this is not going to qualify. This is going to go through. Let's not even, go into details here. The question is it going to win the semi or no? Some people are concerned about the actual black and white, myself included. But even with that, it's not going to be a non-qualifier, like some people are even saying. No. And he was holding back with his vocals. When you sing operatic parts, you have to hold back. Kate Miller-Heidke did the same thing in 2019 with Zero Gravity. She didn't hit those high notes because she wanted to save her voice, because you do not want to mess that up. So as of right now, I put Austria as the second qualifier, number 2 in this semi. I think it's going to be pretty likely for it to be the number 2. Okay, Greece. Greece is next. Look, Greece sounds amazing. And some of the things I hear about it, I'll see in a few minutes if that's true, impress me. Maybe it's good. So in terms of qualification, right now it's dropping in the betting odds a little bit. It's like, what, 8th or something like that, 9th? And I hate doing this because it seems like the Greek feels so strongly about it, but it gives me such 2018 vibes. I have it not qualifying right now. So I have to wait for this right now. Right now, I'm putting it in 12th place in my predictions. Not that I want it or anything. It's just a hunch. And I want to listen to my gut more rather than listening just to polls and fan opinions. I wait for this, how it feels in the run-through, but I have Greece as a non-qualifier. As of right now, I may change that. That leaves up for a room for more countries, right? Who do I have next? Lithuania. I think I've been very vocal about my confusion about the song. Lithuania, I don't get it, but it's not just about my opinion. First of all, a lot of people like it, and I think it has its own niche market. So is that enough to qualify? Is it just too far? Like, But I will say Lithuania, the diaspora is so strong in the semi for them to begin with. I don't see a universe where they do not qualify. I don't think it's going to be as high as some people think. So I will put Lithuania in 9th place in my prediction. So it's going to be enough to go through, but I don't think it's going to be as well as some people think. Okay. Who's next? Malta. Malta, it's a fun package, what I'm hearing, right? You can make a case it's too much, turn people off, but I don't think so. I don't think it will. It's just too catchy, too out there, and we need the song in the finals, in my opinion, even though I hate the drop. I keep saying that every time, but I can't help it. So I had to just figure out where is Malta ending up in the semi. I do think they will be in the first half, so I'll put them in 1, 2, 3, 4th place. Yeah, I'm putting them in 4th place. I had to think there for a second. It's going to do well. It's going to do well. So this is 2nd, 4th, 5th, right? Because I only have space for 5 of them. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's how I feel about Malta. Georgia, of course, last in the betting odds, last in the fan polls, but we've seen Portugal, so I guess that means Georgia is through as well. So I think Georgia will go into probably my non-qualifier. It's 6. I have it currently as last place. It will get points from Armenia, but I don't see points coming from across the continent at all. So, but I'm being very careful with my predictions here. But the staging seems to be a mess as well. So, but we'll see. All right, yeah, another non-qualifier for me. Next up is, well, France is not in the running. Denmark. I have voiced my concerns about the Danish song and the staging from what I've seen so far, so I have to wait for what we're going to see tonight. I just don't see this one qualifying. It seems to have like a dedicated fan base within the Eurovision crowd, but it seems so not retro, but outdated, and I don't see anything to hang on to with the song for the average viewer. So I have currently Denmark in 13th place as a non-qualifier, unfortunately. So I don't do that with joy because, this would be Denmark's, 5th non-qualifier? But the R needs to learn the lesson. And if they go through, it will be a borderline qualifier. Best case scenario for them. That's my prediction. Okay, Czechia. Czechia is a tough one. I love this song so much. The hype is dying down a little. The staging seems a little odd. And my hunch tells me that this will not go through. Controversial. I know. But that's just my feeling. So I have it as the 11th place, the one that's going to miss out. Not because I want to, because I think that song's flipping awesome, but I need to follow my gut this time around. Hi, Matt. Thank you, by the way. I've renamed the group to Kurt Tarsus, given the obvious Nirvana flavor. Cobain lives again. Happy to see you again, old friend. Good to hear from you, and thank you for your super chat. Thank you. All right. With Czechia also going back, it seems like a song that a lot of people will like, but is it the one that people will vote for? You know, if all the viewers could rank the songs from 1st to 10th, this would go through. But if you only do your favorite, I'm worried. So I have to take that risk. And I'm okay with it if I'm wrong. Next one is Luxembourg. A lot of people said it's a borderline. I don't see it. This is a clear qualifier for me. Not just because I love it, but from what I'm hearing, the staging is fun. And I'm here for it. So I think Luxembourg will surprise and finish in 6th place. Outperform people's expectations. People get kind of annoyed with this cute stuff, and I hear good things about the staging so far. So hopefully I'm not too off, but I'll say Luxembourg is here to slay. So 6th place currently right now. I hope this will stay the same. If not, I reserve the rights for my final prediction at the end, once I see the whole thing through. After Luxembourg, we're gonna... I'm skipping a song by accident here. What am I missing? Oh, yeah. So we have to talk Israel, right? I totally forgot about this one. Let me put that on here real quick. Israel, obviously, to me, we know what's going to happen with the current, we call it advertisement that's happening, kind of what last year. I expect Israel to win the semi, just the way things are going. So this is my number one prediction right now for this outcome. So not much more to say. Then next up is Serbia. So Serbia has been fighting for a borderline in the betting odds. Fans don't think it'll go through. I feel pretty confident, but I feel good about Serbia's chances. This is closer to the end. I know we saw what happened in semi-1, but this is not semi-1, and it has the not just the grandma vote, but certainly the one that just looked for calms on, like, think of Portugal. And I think Serbia could easily fill that void. So I think Serbia will qualify in 8th place as of right now. So that's what I have. That means, of course, we only have one country left. I'm not going to pretend that it's not going to qualify, because you can see there's only one spot left. I think Finland is going to come in 3rd place in this semi. I could see Austria and Finland being flipped around. So I'm not sure, but this is my prediction pre-dress rehearsal. So let me know. I want to hear from you as well. Talk to me in the chat at ESC United. So Israel number 1, Austria number 2, Finland number 3, Malta number 4, Australia number 5, Luxembourg number 6, Latvia number 7, Serbia in 8th place, Lithuania in 9th, and Ireland in 10th place, the borderline qualifier. And as a reminder, then I currently have Czechia in 11th place, Greece in 12th, Denmark in 13th, Armenia in 14th. No, that was wrong. I actually had Armenia in 13th, Denmark in 14th, Montenegro in 15th, and Georgia in 16th place. So that is how I feel. So now I want to hear your thoughts again at ESC United in the chat. So you think Serbia qualifies and Greece not? Interesting. Yes, I do think that. And here's the thing. The Greek song itself, it lacks a hook. It lacks that moment that people can latch on to. Now, why I still think Greece, and that was the issue, I think that's why people make the comparison to 2018. It has this Greek soul that people feel so proud and strongly about, but non-Greek speakers, it may get lost. Now, I'm not counting them out just yet. I do think that the staging could make a difference, but what we've seen so far, it seemed very static, but some of the effects are pretty. I don't know if it's just going to be enough. And Serbia has a better running order on top of it, and it has a little bit more oomph and drama to it. People like drama at Eurovision, right? The big build. And Greece just is a little bit more linear, for the lack of a better word. This is not an insult, because, you know, the song, clearly people love it. But there is a difference between a song, you know, whether if it works for Eurovision. And maybe it will. I'm just following my gut. That's all I can do. You make me not want to watch this semi anymore. No Greece, no Czechia. Instead, Ireland and Luxembourg. Please, no. I know, right? But keep in mind, people like, I'm not saying they're only looking for fun, but the likes of Estonia, you know, those songs often to go through. And Luxembourg is just light, fun, catchy tunes that people like. And Ireland, I'm less confident about than Luxembourg. But keep in mind, Ireland I have as a borderline. It could go either way. This is not a confident vote. Do you think Europe will have enough taste to qualify Latvia? Wow, that was a dig at the Europeans here. I hope so. I wanted to qualify. I do think people will be mesmerized by that staging, and it'll be, it's not the catchy hook, but it will be the atmosphere of the song. And yes, you can make the case, well, you didn't say that about Greece. That is true. But the difference is with Latvia, the staging on paper seems more haunting and interesting than Greece. And that is why I feel that way. Now, could you make a case? And I'm not comparing the songs, Greece and Latvia. I'm more comparing to how, like, neither of them have like the hook, the catchy tune. It's more about the feel. And I think from what I've seen, Latvia is doing a better job with the visualization of it. So that is why I have it on there. That's the only reason. I want to be wrong. It's not, I mean, I want Latvia. I'm not saying I don't want Greece in there. I got into so much trouble for having, you know, a few times Greece out of the top 10, but I have to follow what my gut tells me and what I've seen in the past. Do you think Finland can win the semi? No. I don't think they can. I think they can come second. I don't think anyone can win the semi except Israel. I mean, even Baby Lasagna didn't win it, right? Not Baby Lasagna, excuse me. Europapa. And so... yeah, I don't think they will. So that's my thinking. I think Serbia's out because last year it barely went through, even with Croatia and Slovenia. Now they only have Montenegro. Well, that is true. However, they have other mediocre diaspora in there. They usually get points from like Austria and Germany. So there is a little bit more out there than what you think. But it's true, they cannot just rely on Montenegro. But I think that the song itself has enough appeal to pick up enough points to actually go through. That's just a hunch right now. And the staging is quite impressive from what I've seen. But again, this is only pre-dress rehearsal, which, by the way, starts in about 17 minutes. And I will be giving you the breakdown of that. After reading your reactions to Belgian vocals, too much screaming, I'm not so sure about how Europe will react to Austria. Austria doesn't scream. Austria has operatic vocals. That's a little different. So just because they're loud does not mean it's the same thing. Also, very different genre. The genre of Belgian song was just a tough one. It hardly ever succeeds at the contest. So there is more context there. And the screeching was actually, oh, and the screeching, it sounds like he was bad. The high parts are the best part of it. The rest wasn't that good. That's what I was saying, actually, the opposite. This year, a lot of songs with a little outdated, not only Greece and Denmark, but even Malta feels like it's 5 years too late. 5 years is still pretty good. You know what I mean? In Eurovision terms, like 5, but it is still catchy enough and visually stunning, and people like that kind of music. So I would be surprised if it doesn't qualify. I would be surprised. Could there be universe? Absolutely. And I will say this, semi-final 2 is way more competitive. Like there's such an open space. And let me just be clear in case people use little snippets later to say, Matt's at this. Any of these 10 can qualify. I do believe Czechia could qualify. Greece can qualify. Armenia, Denmark, all of them could qualify. The only ones I feel less unlikely, Georgia and Montenegro have an uphill battle. I think they don't. But I think 14 out of these 16 are in contention. So I would put these underneath. Like, yes, it could happen. I just don't have enough. I don't want to waste more tape. So don't take this as a, oh, I'm disregarding them, they're shite. No, 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 no. It is just so hard. And so take everything I say with a grain of salt. Okay, Matt, have you heard the KANT censor controversy? Do you think it devalued the song's appeal to make it non-qualified? I heard about it after I listened to it. So I'm not sure if you watched my reaction video, but basically when I listened to it first, I was like, I don't like the drop. It feels empty, because I'm like, she's serving what? Dinner? So I didn't quite get what it was with the whole attitude, the KANT. I get it more. It would have been more punchy. I still don't like the drop. So most people don't know about it, and yeah, I don't know if it made that big of a difference. I think only the bubble cares about that because they know the original purpose of it. Are you saying that this song would have not won the Maltese national final if it wasn't for the KANT? I didn't know the competition, but I think the song itself is strong enough. I was respecting your opinion, but I think that you might have too much of an American taste to catch the vibe of many ESC participants. Do I? Listen, I'm German. I listen to plenty of it. And if anything, it sometimes helps me. Give an example. I was one of the few who predicted Belgium 22. I'm gonna miss you now. I think that's not going to be a hinder in many cases. I have a very European taste in many ways. So sometimes it helps me as well, because often the American taste is not that different from Western European taste, at least. Now, you can make a case certain Eastern European countries are a little different, but I don't think if you talk to somebody in Germany or the Netherlands, their taste to US is going to be that different. Maybe in the US, you have a larger like hip-hop rap affinity, and then you have the country charts, which are very different than the rest of the music scene in America. So I would be also be careful about that. But yeah. Let's see here. The crowd will shout KANT, but will we hear it on TV? No. I mean, you heard it already. I mean, I doubt it, at least. You hear all the fabricated cheers in the performance. You're not going to hear it. And how many people attending will know it? I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of diehard fans, but there are also a lot of casual fans, so I don't know. But they will be careful, the EBU. They know that, so they will drown it out. I have no doubt in my mind about that. USS, most European fans come from the US, have more European taste than some Europeans. If that, I know, right? And what is it that is so American on my taste? Besides, are you still hung up on the Greeks thing? This is just a vibe. And again, I got the same criticism in previous years, so I will stick to my guns. It was in 2016, I think, where they didn't qualify. In 2018, I got so much slack from both of them when I said didn't qualify, and then they didn't qualify. And maybe they will this time. I don't know. I just don't think it's a guarantee. Okay, so we have 12 minutes left, I think. So we have a few minutes to talk, and then I got to just put on my headphones, make sure the live stream will work. Would you have preferred Sanremo winner over Lucio Corsi? I have not listened to the winner. I said, the first time I listened to the songs was not this Sunday, but the Sunday before, I think, or whenever. So like 8 or 10 days ago between that. So I have not time to catch up on any national finals. The only national final song I actually listened to was Mans Zermelo's Revolution, to understand all the drama about it. And I was like, well, yeah, that song was not a revolution. Let's put it that way. So yeah, we'll see. So any final questions about this? I will guide you through the beginning, assuming the live stream will work, because I had issues again yesterday. It's always nerve-wracking. I also, we're going to guide you through the show, the performances, of course, and then I'll talk about the individual acts. And then the most important thing, while we're all here, right, is the fake results, the fake qualifiers, the split screen. I will guide you through it just for funs and giggles, because the artists will be in the green room pretending that they qualified or didn't. It's always so much fun. I wish you could see it. It's incredibly hypocritical for the EBU, an institution that is supposed to be a proponent of freedom of speech, to be actively suppressing the cheers, boos coming from the audience. Yes, the only thing I will see if Martin Green, who has been at least alleging that he's very much pro free speech, to see if they will do that, because they will allow Palestinian, say that Palestinian flags in the audience. The artists aren't allowed, which I not even necessarily disagree with, but certainly the fact it's allowed in the audience, that is a big, big step. And that could be huge in the finals or even in the semis. Who knows? Maybe we'll see some in the show tonight as well. We'll see. They will probably strategically not show them, but we'll see. But yes, I don't like this whole covering it up, because, you know, that is part of the show. That's going to make a difference anyways, because, you know, the votes will come in regardless. Hang on 1 second. I've been talking for like almost an hour now, so I need a little bit of water. We saw a Palestinian flag last night. I didn't even notice it. But I'm sure there will be way more tonight and tomorrow, because, you know, this is the semi. And give me 1 second here. I'm just starting. I'm going into the program for the press, and I'm clicking on the dress rehearsal. Hopefully it'll work. Oh, I cannot get in there yet. It says 8 minutes. I have to wait. Okay. Let me go through here. At ESC United, any questions? Let me actually open another window here real quick while I'm doing this. Is it difficult for you to stay away from Eurovision national final songs for so long, or what is the main reason that you do it? It's quite unique for us Eurofans to avoid the songs for so long. Well, there's one thing that I can tell based on your question, so that you're new here, because that's usually not the case. I had a tough last year, and I had mental health issues, and I needed to stay away from Eurovision completely. And I just came back for the rehearsals, actually, just because I was ready to jump right back into it. So usually I'm there from the beginning to end, and I'm planning to do the same thing next year again. Just this year it wasn't. So it's, even last year I had some, but that was different. I had actually physical issues. I was sick. But this time it is very different than previous years. So I will be back probably next year to my old kind of behavior, you know. So, but it was fun and refreshing to listen to all 37 songs in a row without having that national final bias, you know. So, but yeah, usually I don't. Who would you be most heartbroken to see non-qualify in this semi? So, Latvia. I expect these to qualify. So any of these, I would be, you know, Austria, Finland, Malta, and Austria, I would be devastated, but I don't even contemplate them not qualifying. I think Latvia would be the most devastating, because they're taking such a beautiful risk and dare, and they have to be rewarded. And I'm worried if they're not, then people go down the safe route again. And fortunately, it is encouraging what we saw yesterday when all of the non-English speaking songs qualified, and then the remaining 6 English songs fight over the 1 extra spot, which happened to be Norway. So I'm hoping there will be more, you know, so that would be devastating me. I would be sad about Ireland, but I understand that Ireland has a good chance of not qualifying. So I would be sad, but I wouldn't be devastated, because I know there is a good chance. And yeah, that would be the one. Serbia, and that it's also, you know, there is a good chance it won't go through. So that would be my thinking. So we have now 6 minutes left, praying that the live stream will work from the press as intended, because, you know, they've been having some, you know, I couldn't watch the show last night through the press, because usually we can, but it just said not available. I'm like, what? So I had to go to watch the German live stream. Fortunately, it's not geo-blocked, so that was nice. I think the staging, importance of staging is overestimated. I'm old school, which is confirmed yesterday when all the paid attention was on the song vocals. And I don't think I'm alone in this. No, there are people who don't care about it. And I think in the past, actually, especially with juries, it's less important. There was actually, in a few years ago, it's changed a little bit, that the juries had specific instructions not to take the staging into account. But if you think the staging has zero impact, I think it has an impact. It can make or break a performance. If you have you don't have to have elaborate staging. You just cannot have shitty staging. So you need to have the appropriate staging for the song. And we're using Portugal as an example. It was not the most elaborate, but for the song, it was appropriate. You couldn't have done that with Ich komme for Finland. You know what I mean? That's not the kind of song you want to have just like standing there, Ich komme, la 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 la. You know, it has to have the oomph. So, but I agree with your overall point on this one, though. I do agree with that. Who are you most excited to see tonight? So I will tell you who I'm most excited to see tonight. I want to see the whole package of Austria because black and white, and it's a contender. I want to see the crazy show that's Australia in all the best ways. I want to see Ireland, if they cement their top 10 or they're going to kick out, and then Greece. Because Greece is make or break for me today as well. Greece could be as high as 8th place for me or low as 12th or 13th. So I am the most interested in. Now, in terms of the direct qualifiers, of course, I'm excited about all three of them. First one, France, we've all seen the crazy sand effect, which I know it's Cork, but you get the idea. And it's very elaborate. UK, because the vocals, and nobody believes in it but myself. And then Germany, because it's my home country. There's always a little bit of hope. At least do it okay. What I've seen so far makes me a little nervous. So I'm excited about all the direct qualifiers as well. All right, I'm going to start grabbing my headphones. Again, I will not be able to share the sound or the video with you, but I will give you the best descriptions I can as long as the live stream plays along with me. All right. Let me just have a little bit more water. And throughout the show, I will try to answer questions, but it's tough because, you have 3 minutes and then there's a card and then there's the next performance. So I got to go, oh. I'm worried about Austria having a black and white staging. I was hoping for colors at the end, but doesn't it seem... from what I'm hearing, it's black and white for the entire performance. It's almost more like a music video. They're taking a risk. And I applaud them for their audacity, whether it works or not. Do you know what I mean? If you're trying to create something unique and special, go for it. We'll judge it later. I personally don't like the monochrome effect to begin with for any of the songs, so it makes me nervous, but I will give them the benefit of a doubt and keep an open mind for them. If jurors were voting, your prediction changed much? Yes. Then I would feel less confident about Ireland and Lithuania. And I would give Czechia a much better chance of qualifying. That would be my thinking. But since they don't, touche. So let me go to the link again and see if any... Oh, I can enter now. 1 minute and 20 seconds. Fingers crossed that it's working. It always makes me so nervous. I do have a backup here just in case. So we'll go from there. Am I the only one cringing so bad at the interview right before the qualifying sequence yesterday? I had to turn off the sound. I don't, they don't need to do that. That was the worst part of the show. Everything else was fine, funny, but interviews with the artists, let's not do that. This stuff actually happened in the dress rehearsal as well, so that was all rehearsed as well. Maybe less questions, but yeah, it was still scheduled. So this was not a unexpected moment there. Because that we lost just in here in Switzerland, whatever that interval act was, it was so love, peace, meets Petra Medes about Sweden 2013 one. Loved it. Yeah. So that's the thing at Eurovision, the hosts should keep any improv to a minimum. Improv is a very skill. You either have it or you don't. And for a live show like that, you should not play. Especially artists don't have it either, So especially I'm not that media trained. Okay, So welcome, join. Hold on. Okay, I hear the dum dum da dum 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 da dum da dum da dum da dum. Okay, so yeah. Oh, it's already a little choppy. That having Eurovision fans from Switzerland talking about so thrilled to have Eurovision back in Switzerland, the birthplace of Eurovision. So yeah, they're just talking to the fans, they're celebrating. It was like in the middle of Basel, holding up their flags and just talking about how much they love the contest. Because it is all about what? Da fans. It's a very choppy live stream right now, so hopefully it gets a bit. I mean, it's clear, but it stops, freezes every few seconds. I want to hit refresh, but I'm always worried I'm going to get kicked out. Okay, so now we're in the arena and it's dark and somebody's holding a big heart with the Swiss logo, country in it, and he's walking across the stage. That is, yeah, so some guy holding a big heart with the Swiss cross in this middle. And he's walking, and there's like some mysterious music playing in the back. Oh, and then he's putting that heart inside the Eurovision logo. Like, you know, the Eurovision, and then he puts that heart inside the heart. And then it pulsates and the lights are coming out of it. It's so choppy. And then the light travels from the runway towards from the main stage. No, yeah, from the runway to the main stage and goes up the frame. And then the music starts. And now they're saying, welcome home. And the hosts are coming on stage right now. I'm going to refresh my screen real quick and see if that'll fix the choppiness. I doubt it's not on my end. It says I have great connection. Okay. So, yeah, the two hosts are walking on stage right now. Yeah, it's still choppy, but it's fine. I can figure it out. Oh, it's even worse now. So right now the screen is frozen for me. The sound's working, but we're just seeing two random fans standing there. Hopefully that'll get better. So we have the two. Oh, what is Hazel? And she's like, cellophane. I can't even explain the outfit. It's like green. It's like, but it looks like recyclable green cellophane outfit. Really odd. You'll have to see it. It's going to be very eye-catching. Let's put it that way. Assuming she's going to wear that tomorrow. Oh, she was wearing also something similar, but just in black. It's like little, almost like CDs, but they look like sort of round decoration. It's very interesting. I think it goes back to the whole, it's recyclable. Ugh. All right. So hopefully that stream's going to get a little better. So they're just doing them talking. I don't have to explain that to you. So they're talking about the second semifinal. They're giving us the screen of the 16 participating countries. So as a reminder, Australia goes first, but then we have the big five rehearsing performing as well. I think UK is first, and then France, and then Germany, somewhere in the running order. But we'll go for them together. You can vote up to 20 times, blah, 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 shenanigans, shenanigans. The sound is good. So right now I don't have anything to tell you because, it's the beginning stuff that no one, we don't kind of pay attention to. No, they're doing the French part. This is a great opportunity for me to drink something. Basel, are you ready? Is what they're saying. Yay. Okay, now they're starting the competition. And we're getting the first postcard any second now, which is Australia. We have a slight delay here again. We just see the fans clapping in the audience. Killing time. Killing time. This is a rehearsal. Keep that in mind. We're still clapping. Lots of shots of the arena. It's full. At least based on the shots. It's full. Okay, here we go. Australia's card. And Gojo is picking up. Hopefully, like it's still frozen. He's going to burn, by the way. Bern. And yeah, we just see the beautiful city of Bern. You stand in there's like a castle or something like that, or a palace. And then some guys, come here, come upstairs. And they're hugging. And then they're walking through some movie theater, an old-fashioned movie theater. And he's doing like the film thing. He's looking at old little videos, that kind of stuff, where they make movies. Probably like, this is where the first movie was created, blah, blah, blah. So let's see here what is going to happen with the performance. Australia, Milkshake. Here we go. Oh, it started with a TV screen, like it's an old-fashioned TV. Oh, da-da. Oh, that's a cool effect. Like you have this old-fashioned TV and he's standing in there. And then he has like a ticker down there, like a banner with words. The Milkshake Man want to have a taste? Buy now. It's like an infomercial. It's doing an infomercial is the whole video. The big blenders in the back, of course. Shake man. Shaking an old house jam. That was a cool opening. I mean, yeah, it has the TV, like an infomercial. You want to buy a Milkshake Man? Buy now. Da 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 da. That was really, really funny. Okay, now it's that part that you've seen where he comes out with where he changes the outfit, out of the blender. So everything else will be different. Oh, that's an old grandma on stage right now. Or like a woman pretending to be old grandma. They're dragging her. He's holding her. Come on, come on, come on, old grandma. She's wearing glasses and like a scarf. But she's like, I'm stronger. And then the woman drags her, backup dancer drags her into the blender. And then the smoke comes up and the grandma's still standing there all confused in the blender. And the smoke comes out. It's all red and orange right now, the backdrop. Of the Milkshake Man. And then she comes out during the chorus and looks like another dancer, like all fancy and like the other way out. So she comes out as young and beautifully, It's cute. It's like the Estonia of the semi. Then the both of them whisper into his ears. Oh, and he's like, sweet, yum, yum. He's like, sweet, yum, yum. Everyone in the audience, and I show the audience as he does that. Yum, yum, yum. So the audience, then they rip off his top after the yum. Oh, and the stage is so busy, the backdrop. Oh, the camera's just running through the audience there. It's busy, and there's milk splashing on the backdrop. And then he scoots to the front of this guy on his knees, like slides all the way across there. Lots of lights, very colorful. It's a little local, but in the best way possible, and just the perfect way to start the show. Yeah, this is good. It has a story, and then it ends again on the old TV. Like they have the old, with a little Australian flag on the side, but this old school, like 70s TV. It was fun. It feels like the perfect opener. So I cannot fault them for what they're doing here. This was the perfect song to put in that position. So I know that this will go through. Okay, that's now next up to Montenegro. So I do not feel, I feel confident in my prediction here. So she's going to Zurich, Nina, just in case you're wondering. So she is walking again at sunset somewhere. It's dark now, and where is she? Oh, a telescope. Oh, okay, she's looking into the huge telescope in Zurich, into the sky. That's her thing. As a reminder, I cannot show you the clips. I cannot show you anything visual or audio that's prohibited by the EBU as of 2 years ago or so. So yeah. Don't blame me. So that's why I'm doing the best I can to describe it. Now, Montenegro currently not considered a qualifier, but we shall see. So she's wearing her very, you've seen it in the pictures and in the clip, right? Her interesting white dress. And I think she has a blindfold. I couldn't see. Let me double check it. Yeah, there's a really shot from her back. Yeah, and as soon as the song starts, she rips off her blindfolds. So she never sings with the blindfold on. So the camera's kind of like going around her during the beginning. When she starts singing, it's on her. There's lots of low smoke and bluish lights with like a planet with light in behind it. It's just lots of close-ups to her. Okay, I'm not sure if this is a glitch, but they're like weird flashy orange, red, and green things happening in the back on the LED. It looked like a glitch. Yeah. It's still her standing in the same spot, singing with conviction. Lots of smoke, makes it really pretty. This is not a dancing song yet. I'm dancing. We're saying, she's still standing in the same spot, but singing like very passionately. I think it's really pretty. She's not doing much, and it goes back to what we said earlier. This song doesn't ask you to do much. It's her in the same spot with that dress, lots of smoke, the lights on her. We are now still in the chorus, the first chorus. Then there's some lines, like you see the squares of the backdrop there. Oh, her voice is just. Oh, and that's what you remember from the clip, the scale, it falls down, and that's when she starts walking. So that's you saw from the clip that you saw that the EBU posted. So she's walking not towards the big front of the stage, the catwalk. Oh, she sings so effortlessly. I wish her song was stronger. Oh, now that the dramatic part comes in, she's taking off the big part of the dress, and she's singing in a beautiful, just white dress now. So it's a mini costume change. There's nothing crazy happening on the backdrop. It's mostly just dark with the blue lighting, the lights moving around. Oh, but she sings it so strong. Like she demands your attention. Like we're all going to like her. Like she is a star in my book, and she deserves something stronger, unfortunately. So I still think it's a non-qualified. Nothing did here that changed my mind. But I think with what they have, they made it a really beautiful, simple staging. But it's beautiful. Okay, next up is Ireland, which I currently have as a borderline qualifier. And it'll be hated or loved, right? But I'd rather have that than no indifference. That's what I always say. So I'd rather have people hate on it and then some people love on it, because you need people to vote for it. I need that t-shirt. Where can I get that? I don't know. I got that as a present like a year ago or so too. I think it came from American Amazon. So somebody had that for sale. It was a Christmas present. Okay, I should have described the card, and I totally forgot. Sorry about that. So we do that big platform, ready for takeoff. Okay, she has a high school. It's like very purpley blue backdrop with a big planet coming. The four dancers below her. We've seen the big podium thing that she's standing on, and her brother in front of it. Vocally, it's okay. Certainly forgivable. Is it like perfect? No. You see the big dog in the backdrop? Like a body in this. So lots of smoke here as well. What you've seen in the clip is very much what you see here. We get to that part that you saw in the clip. I don't think there's anything that shocked you what I've seen right now here. The clip, we have the little robot dogs and the dogs in the back doing the whole marching thing. Yeah, there's like a big planet in pink now behind her. She doesn't move. She doesn't get off that podium at all. It sounds way softer than I expected it. Yeah, you see the dog again popping up. There's not as much happening on the backdrop as I thought there would be. Yeah, they have now the moment where they spin around the dancers a little bit. It feels a little bit more static than I expected it to be. Maybe I should put up the volume as well. But every time I put up the volume, I start yelling. I think I have to talk over it. We're at the second bum 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 bum. And it's like basically the same. I don't think there's anything that stood out to me that was like, I was kind of hoping for that moment here. So there's some pyros coming behind her, but that's it. Me in the sky. And that during that part, there are a bunch of pyros now coming all over the stage. Yeah, so we just see pyros going up. I mean, it looks fun. It's colorful. Okay, and that's it. So I will say that to me, I don't know, the staging was as impactful as the clip gave, because what you saw in the 30 seconds, that's all you're going to get, basically. There's nothing crazy going on, like, to make it visually more stunning. And I think the vocals were fine, but a little thin, even with the backup vocal support, whatever it is. So I'm not as confident right now. So it's a little underwhelming to me, and you know how much I love that song. It apparently does feel very static. I would know you feel it at the end of the performance. Yeah, it felt a little I mean, it was fun, and I still think it has a shot, right? Because it's, you know, I think that's catchy and people gravitate towards that kind of music. But now you regret putting Island in and Greece out. Well, this is only a tentative preliminary one. I have every right to change it. I said that before. But yeah, right now I'm on hold with Ireland. I'm on hold. So right now there's a pause, a break, by the way. And Hazel, she's talking to some of the audience members, like doing like quick one sentence interview kind of thing. So that's what we're waiting for right now. So now we are moving on, I think. Bum bum ba ba dum bum 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 bum. We're now going to Zurich for the Latvian ladies. I'm really excited about this performance. I mean, the postcard as well, of course, but especially the performance, y'all. So they are in like little robots. They're talking to robots in some scientific, like futuristic seminar. I don't know. Like they're playing with a remote control, like this modern. Like, I think it's just with advanced technology, I guess. Which is kind of ironic with the song, you know. It seems like the opposite. All right, here we go. Fingers crossed for Latvia. I couldn't have it as a qualifier. Ooh. So it starts them all. I haven't seen the national final performance, but they're all standing there in front of the blue curtain. It looks like water's running, but you only see the silhouettes, except for the headpieces. They're kind of glowing. It's beautiful. Wow. And one of them has like red lights on their outfit. I'm not sure if that. Now the whole when that turns red, and they're kind of interacting with the curtain by just touching it a little. I'm sure if you've seen the national final, it's probably similar. I don't know. Lots of closed-up shots. They sound good. A little choppy again, but yeah, then now they're doing that. So they do this thing. It's all blue and like rainy. Never me. And they do the dancing, and they're running in front and behind the curtains. It's not even a song I can sing along to. But now it goes again to red. It goes between blue, dark blue, and then a very energetic red. And now they're all just like singing to each other, like they're all like close to each other. It sounds good. I like the sound. Now when the calm part comes in, it turns actually just white. Where the solo part comes in of the one singer. Then it turns blue again. Yeah, they all just keep. There's lots of shots where you just from far out where you see the 6 individuals doing their like choreography. Oh, and then the tail. Oh, they have like on the LED like all they grow long tails, like devilish tails that show up on the back of the opera, where they're perfectly positioned as well. That's not easy. They all have like shadowy tails on the LED screen. That was a cool moment. It looks beautiful, you all. And now they all do that weird like waving thing, you know, where they all move like their little waves, and then they all do this, and then the big bobble goes up on the backdrop. And then this is the part I think you've seen in the clip. It is an atmosphere, and if people get this feel and the vibe of the song, this will qualify. If people don't get it, it won't. Wow, I'm so smart. But yeah, it really comes down to will people be in the mood for the song, and did Latvia enough to convey that mood correctly? I think so. But this one is so hard, right? It could go either way. So I choose to believe in it. Overall, I think they did wonderfully. Absolutely wonderful. So if you like the song, you will like the staging, and you will feel more confident in their chances. That's my observation piece. Now we're having a strange pause where we just see, again, tonight's lineup of the 15 countries, the names and the flags. Clearly there's a delay, but that is normal. Very normal. That's why we have rehearsals like this. Oftentimes they take even longer, so do not freak out over it. I remember like even like 10 years ago was way, way worse. Okay, now we're back in the arena. And we're moving on to Armenia. Armenia right now I have in 13th place in my predictions, but I still have that as a potential qualifier as well. I like the song actually. I forgot what city he's going to. I didn't see that card, but he's somewhere in the mountains and he's holding a cowbell. Oh, a goat, and he's petting. It's not a goat. It's one of those mountain goats, whatever they're called. I don't know animals in the mountains very well. So he's like just like being Heidi in the mountains. So yes, the good old times when the show was dragged out for hours. I remember in Israel, was it in Israel where Zena fell asleep during the show and then the camera was on her? It was hilarious. Bum, bum, bum. So the staging starts immediately with that filter effect that you saw in the clip online. Very black and white. But he's just standing there. But he's giving energy. It's very flashy. Now he starts walking already. The rep, but he's only walking right now. And then he slides back. I'm digging his vibes, though, his energy. He's really doing it. I'm a survivor. You see the lights, of course, down hanging there. It looks good. Then he spins around a little bit. Now we're seeing his back. He's looking back at the camera like this. I'm a survivor. And that's he's running. Dun, 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 dun. That's you've seen, right? Yeah, that's the part we've seen in the clip. The only concern I have is this is kind of black and white. I mean, it's not black and white monochrome, but it's just the lighting, and then we get Austria afterwards. Okay, now we get a slightly different shot from a different angle. I think this is a big white line flashing behind him. Now he's walking backwards on the treadmill. And he keeps just sliding back and forth, right? He's interacting with it a lot. It's very detailed when it comes to that. I'm impressed. This is not out, y'all. There is an audience for this. He's good. And now, by the second chorus, la, 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 they get pyros. And he's doing like, oh, and smoke. I can barely see him. He's like covered in smoke during the second chorus. And then the bridge part comes in. Oh, that's too much smoke. We cannot see him. They need to fix that. Unless it's on purpose. We cannot see him at all in the smoke. Now we can. The stage turns all bright red now, like strong red, and he's like this on the floor. Then he points at the camera. It's like he's saying it's darker, calm now. Never forgetting about the energy, so that's good. And yes, he's topless, people asking. From the beginning to the end. Right? This has energy, y'all. This has way more power than, oh, that big note. Okay, y'all, this is good. I take it back. No, 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 no. He jumps off at the last chorus from the treadmill. No, 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 no. Oh, no, he jumps back on. Whoa! He almost flies onto the treadmill. That is, oh gosh, please don't fall. Please don't fall. This is high energy, y'all. I'm honestly, I'm really impressed. That sounded dangerous, but it was energetic. I felt that. So that was powerful. A good song to go right before Austria as well. So I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. So do not sleep on Armenia. It again, I say similar thing what I said about Latvia is, are people feeling the song? Are they in the mood for it? This is such a competitive semi, y'all. I do not count out Armenia. So Austria is going to Emmental. Is it for cheese? Emmentaler Käse? We'll see. He's going into a very guy in a rural little town, and he's going into, yeah, he's making cheese. JJ is making delicious Emmentaler Käse. Armenia succeeding where Cyprus failed, a physical performance, but still able to sing. Absolutely. That's a great analogy there. It sounded good. The energy was there as well. Like, I felt it, the aggressiveness. That's what I was missing from the clip, because it was too black and white. I didn't feel this aggressive, but the whole thing, it has that. So yeah, but no. Yes, no, this entire performance is in monochrome, black and white. And the clip we're seeing right now is the part that you've all seen, the 30-second snippet. He's wearing that white tarp or blanket. And that's where comes the boat, the paper boat. It's floating over his hand. And now it's floating away. And that's where it ends, right? So let's see what happens next. It's flying, it's flying, it's flying, it's flying. And he takes off his tarp. He's still sitting on the floor, but he's wearing his black outfit. Now he's holding back a little bit vocally. Okay. I'm listening right now. He's standing on his, like, boxes. Yeah, it's his boat, right? He's standing on that boat that you've all seen, like the mast and like the strings. Black and white, lots of smoke. The operatic part is really the countertenor is really pretty. I just didn't. He was holding back on the verses. No, he's holding onto the mast of the boat and like swinging back and forth. And you see like little waves in the backdrop. Now he's back in the second chorus, and you see like the clouds on the screen. The wind machine is working overtime. They're like pieces of stuff flying around, like particles, like leaves. So he's in a storm. He's holding on to the boat as the camera tips back and forth. There's more water in the back. It's not splashing all over him. Like lots of close-ups as well. Like you don't see the all. Oh, the high note is really pretty. Woo! Okay, that was a genuine cheer from the audience, y'all. It was loud. That was not pre-recorded. Oh, the boat's coming back. He's grabbing it. The paper boat. He catches it in the storm. And then the techno beat comes in and oh my god, it's so oh my god. Oh my god, everything is happening. They're like lighthouses flashing. Now we see headshot spin, it's spinning. Oh, it's busy. Oh my god, I cannot keep up with it. It's so dramatic, like lighthouses growing. There's the ocean. Oh my god, it's so flashy. Wow, that was a lot. Woo! Wow, that was a lot. It was just flashing like, you know, the techno part comes in, like it was just lighthouses growing in the backdrop, the water flashing all over the screen, and then, but it was just so many camera cuts, boom, 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 and it was almost, if you have seizure issues, then don't watch this because that was a lot. But was it too much? I don't know, but it was very, very dramatic. I still think that could have added more golden colors a little bit rather than just the black and white, just to give it a little bit more warmth. I know that one of that cold feel, maybe too cold, but it was impactful, y'all. It was impactful. And you're going to be like, be ready for it because it's going to be like, oh, oh epileptic episode here coming. I loved it though. I'm still worried about the black and white. I keep repeating that. I think some golden at some point should have been like nice, but yeah, it's too late for that. How did he sing in the techno part? It was hard to listen to everything because so much was happening, but he sounded good in my ears. The only thing where he was not as good was when the verses were where he was singing his regular pop voice. But as soon as he went into the operatic countertenor stuff, mwah. So it got a huge cheer in the audience, and it was organic. I could hear that. It was impressive. This will go through, obviously, so. Okay, now we have another break, and Hazel's being carried, like, crowd surfing with the audience, which obviously are people. So while she's doing interviews with the audience again. Interestingly enough. How did he sing the last part? We had the techno part. He sound good. With the big ending, Austria's take a bit away from Armenia's high energy performance. I don't know. It's different energies in my book. Very different energies. Okay, now we're getting a clip of Hazel at a party. I didn't listen to it, but there's some Eurovision party that she's attending. Oh, it's a 60+ party, and there's Lumo. So it's like old senior Eurovision fans, which no, I'm not old enough for that just yet. Any jokes, ageist jokes. So yeah, just like people, of a certain age having fun. So that's much to explain. Just let me know any questions at ESN. Did Austria give you winner vibes? It didn't give me non-winner vibes, if that makes sense. It's a lot to take in, and again, my fan brain comes in because I've known the clip, the music, and then I see this, and it's like a lot. But it is a moment, so I certainly do not now think it's not a winner. It's just a lot to take in, but it can be a very powerful thing because people will remember this. This will be remembered. So the more I talk it out loud, the more I feel like, yeah, it can actually work. And it will be turning off some people. But again, you don't want to have just, you don't want to be indifferent. You want to stand out. Let me see in 3 minutes, ask you what the hell happened. Best joke ever. I know. What? It's the best. I mean, it's so clever marketing. What the hell just happened? We will use that line forever in Eurovision. So whether they come first or last. So we're back with Sandra on stage. Okay, they're talking about the pre-qualifiers right now because UK will be next, right? And I know that one fan that's out there, that's me. I love that song. I hope they're going to sing well. I know they can sing very well. It's really more about the mixing. They're going to get that right. Because, when you have 3 very strong singers, you have to make sure they all blend well. So there we're getting the postcard right now. And they're going to Zermatt. And there's a beautiful mountain. And they're in a helicopter flying the beautiful snowy areas. And then they're going to like a building that's on top of the mountain, and they run into, and they do big hugs, like they're all hugging. I'm not much of a hugger. I don't want to get your smelts. Oh, it's like a hotel you can stay in there. Oh gosh, how much do they charge for that? So it's like a little mini hotel on top of the mountain. Crazy. So we're gonna move on to that. Here we go. Good luck, UK. What the hell will happen? Where are they? Close up of all 3 of them with like a makeup desk behind them. The big makeup desk, I think. One's wearing yellow. Oh, you saw the pictures. Oh, that's like in front of the stage, like where the catwalk is, so by next to the audience. It's like a podium. It looks like a makeup desk. When the first fast pace comes in, they're ripping off parts of their dresses and throw them. And they're all just walking, choreographed to the main stage. And there's a chandelier that's on the floor. Like it's crashed down almost. And back in the drop, they have like crowned looking thing. And they all climb onto the chandelier. Hell just. Yeah, do these poses. What the hell just happened? Literally like that. They're like candles around there as well, but electric candles. It sounds good to me, of course. And they have a nice overshot where you have like synchronized swimmer swimming around them. It looks cool. It's so British. I love it. Now the second part that they're still walking around the chandelier. Now they're all standing in front of the prop of the chandelier. They're all walking together. They're just standing in front of the stage right now, I guess. What the hell just happened? That's the part you've all seen now. happened. No, they're walking back to the front of the stage, the catwalk, as I think the last chorus, the final chorus. It doesn't sound quite as rich right now as I wanted to. Oh, it does sound good again. They're ending up again at that makeup desk, but there's a big heart cut into that desk, and they all look into that heart-shaped hole, and you can see their faces looking through it, and then they hug each other. So I will say, in some parts, I'm not sure if the mixing wasn't right, but it didn't was as dramatic, the vocals, as I wanted them to be, but that's basically the staging overall. Yeah, I mean, I like the song. Oh, I don't have time to talk about it because now we're moving immediately to Greece. We're going to Petsia, how to pronounce that city? It's another city or a place in the mountains, I guess. And they are, is that another hotel? No, where are they? She's walking through like a place in the mountain that has like big rocks. I don't know what this is. Anyways, you'll see it later. It's like archaeology. It's like carving stuff. She's carving stuff now. She's some carving on a hill. Okay. I'm really curious about this one now because I know she can sing beautifully. Hopefully the staging does not come across as too static. That is my concern. So let's see. So now there's a delay, actually. So I think the UK props took forever. Although Greece has some too, you know, so. Okay, here we go. Ready? Okay, she starts, of course, a cappella. Just her standing somewhere with one light hitting her. Oh, her voice is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Oh, it's just like lots of close up, the camera like moving. It's nothing. It's just her a light and a black backdrop. Now slowly she's standing on that pier they were talking about. Right, there's a pier. There's some light coming now. Very dark, light bluey. Na, na, na. That's like a light beam, like a line that's on the screen now. And there's a long line across the stage, like where she's standing on the pier. She's singing almost like towards the rock. Now the chorus comes in, there's some fire. Oh, the big white beam turns into fire. And there's fire rain on the, that's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Oh, it's like fire in the back. She's still standing on the pier. Okay, when the instrumental part comes in, there's some guy walking towards her, a woman. Oh, that's like a dancer who's coming towards her. Well, she's standing now on the rock. And she's pointing at her like that. And oh, in the back, there's a big tree, that's on fire. Lots of red now. And that woman they're both standing on the rock now, or on the pier, and they're touching each other. While the dancer is like doing like almost like interpretive movements and dances. The screen now turns very blue, lots of lights. And now we see the clip that you've seen 30 seconds with. I know it's not the Statue of Liberty. You have something similar in Greece. I get it. But that's what I describe it as. And now there are red lights, and the backdrop is a little bit more green. And now there's a red swirl on the ground while she's standing on her rock. Oh, the back. Oh, it's beautiful. It's like a foreign planet with the stars circling water. Oh. Staging wise, like, she sounds flawless. She sounds so beautiful. Ooh. and then the boom, 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 boom. You know where that pause comes in? It's from oh! She's wearing white. Sorry. Like you're the big, and then it goes quiet, and then she sings her final quiet note, and all of a sudden she wears a white dress. And like it was like this flash. It was very effective from like super red and then boom, black, just white, and her in a white dress. It was a really cool, memorable moment at the end. I can't even talk about it, but they look really good. I loved it. Basel for Lithuania. They're going to Basel. And they're looking for some graffiti. No, where they're going? It was just a graffiti wall. And they're going to, oh yeah, they're going to paint stuff. They're going to paint a wall. They're grabbing paint brushes, and I hate graffiti, but it's professional graffiti. It's not just like random words, you know, it's like art. Yeah. So I have Lithuania as a qualifier. Let's see. Lithuania. Tavo. Okay, it starts with him, the lead singer. Just white in the back, just white lights, white screen with a little bit of bluish at the bottom. He starts walking as there's plenty of smoke. He's walking slowly towards, you see the drummer in the back. It's just like slowly introducing the band as he's walking. Not much happening right now. It's just him standing there with the white lights, a little bit light bluish and greenish. He has his eyes closed a lot while singing. I think that's his comfort level. No, not anymore. Now he has a close, and now the backdrop turns into this almost like apocalyptic area. Like this is house, the old house, and there's like this really greenish, dark green. It's just very like, you know, with thunderstorms, all that stuff, windy, uncomfortable environment. The entire time the camera's just close on him while he's going like this. Camera moving a little bit. We finally get some shots of the band again. And now where the instrumental part comes in, oh, the short instrumental. They're all the two guitarists and the lead singer with lots of wind machine action walk to the front of the stage along the catwalk. Only the drummer stays behind, obviously. So the wind machine, like his hair is just flowing around where all the pieces, you know, in the backdrop are floating. It's very apocalyptic to me, which is intended. The house now almost like disintegrating in the back from that storm that's happening. I think at least. They're doing the Tavo part. Tavo. He's standing like in the stage, like on the front, you know, the long catwalk. And it's like every time he says Tavo, flashing on him and them. Tavo. Super dark. Then he gets more angry as he starts shouting Tavo. And now in the last, like where the Tavo, like the whole screen in the back, like huge rocks flying or floating, not flying, they're floating in the back of like the world just exploded into pieces. Lots of smoke, lots of like anger. Now he kept walking back and forth on the runway, the catwalk. Now he's back to the front with the drummers to his side. Then he shouted at Tavo. It's very grungy to me. Like it has a little bit of Nirvana feel to it, which you would think I'd like it, but for some reason it seems a little bit. I think the Lithuanian song just came at the wrong time to me because I don't want to feel aggravated and depressed. It's not in my wheelhouse right now. So if you like the song, you like the staging. I think I'm still worried about this. Well, how to translate to the average viewer, but if people feel that vibe, then they will like it. We are now here with Malta. She's still getting her hair done apparently, and she's talking, shaking hand. Oh, she doesn't even hug. She only gives her kisses. She doesn't like hugs either. Oh, she's fixing a clock, like a little like watch, I should say, not clock, a watch. So Swiss watches. Durr. Miriana Conte. I'm serving K-A-N-T because I cannot say the word, even if it means something different in Maltese. Oh, delay again. We're getting an audience shot. Because Malta has too many props. But that's what we rehearse for, right? Rehearsal is not just for the artists. It's for everyone. The stage crew, the camera people, the lighting folks, everybody. So don't think it's just for the artists to get comfortable. So they are learning as well. But you could say Conte for some reason. Honestly, you could say the word because it's like, what is it you can't face? You know, so it's still a word if I say it with very British. But I don't want to push my luck. Okay, there's still a pause. So there's a major delay here right now. But the fans are still full of energy. They're just jumping around. And yes, I will ask, pay attention to the K-A-N-T word if they're singing it. Oh, wow. There's a major delay. Malta is causing a big delay. Although, I heard France did too. So this is certainly this is more of a delay here than it was in the first rehearsal. Still. Okay, I can just talk. There's still a major delay. We just see people in the audience. You know, they just keep different shots of the audience, trying to just cause us to wait. Oh my god, I'm getting bored. I'm so spoiled because the last rehearsals went just so smooth, and now there's a delay, and I'm like, I did not pay for this. Oh, we're done. I mean, we're done. We're starting, I should say. Oh, it says Mariana Conte on the back, and they're like two naked men on screen. Like with flowers? She's wearing her yellowy, feathery thing. We know about the big lips with the disco ball in the center that she's standing in. On the two naked guys are still there. They're frozen, of course. There's and the flowers are floating around like sunflowers, or what are they? Oh, yellow roses. Okay, when because we could be having. That's when they lift her off her little podium, and then they all sit down on it. The four backup dancers wearing red. She's wearing a yellow little dress thing. Serving shows up on screen. I'm sorry. Nope, you don't hear anything. You just hear serving. I didn't hear that word. Only hear is do re mi. I'm serving. As a backup vocalist supporting her. Now the backdrop. So they're just standing in front of the lips, doing some choreography. The backdrop is very red with like arches in red, almost like the Roman Colosseum. To my life, I do it. It's very red, and lots of like hearts. No, you don't hear the K-A-N-T. Every time I do this, I just starting to hear the word. It says do re mi and serving on the screen a lot. And then we see the legs that we all saw on the clip. all the time. Sir. Okay, that's a big note. Okay, they have like what? Sorry, I'm just playing. They're like bouncy animals, like leopards. Oh, now they're on their little bouncy balls. When she hit that big note, this is the moment we're all waiting for, right? They have all like bouncing on those balls, while they're like all colors and like weird animals on the backdrop. I think they were leopards. I couldn't see. They're all bouncing with her, and she's still bouncing after the song's over. She's just saying like, "Yay!" Okay, this was a little disjointed. A lot going on, but also nothing going on at times. Yeah, that I couldn't tell if it was leopards, but something like that. And they were like bouncing with it, like lots of red balls like flying around, like bouncy ball, like Swiss balls on the backdrop as well as they were doing that bouncy part. And that was it was a very visually striking moment. Absolutely. I mean, it's still going to qualify. I didn't love it though. Maybe it was a little much. There's something missed. Like it felt a little disjointed to me, if that makes sense. But it'll qualify, y'all. We call them exercise balls, by the way. Why do you call them Swiss balls? Oh, I totally didn't pay to Georgia. I don't think anybody did. We're getting another Georgia clip. I did miss the postcard. There is an audience in there, by the way. Full house. Okay, at the dramatic beginning, the dance is... Oh. She's sitting on some weird, like, platform that goes up. Think of, like, Ukraine last year. Not quite the same visuals, but it has a similar ramp feel to it, I think. She's wearing a very silvery dress with the 4 black dancers in front of her. Is that part right now? Lots of flashing while that's happening. The dress... I'm listening to her right now. I'm paying attention to the... She can sing. I don't have to pay attention to the voice. It's a very dramatic staging. The dancers are now running in front of the stage doing like dances. It's just a lot of dancing for this song. It just doesn't seem like the song where you need that much dancing. And when she... Okay, then during the chorus, it turns red, the stage, and the 4 dancers now bring big flags with them on stage, like white flags with some symbol on them, I think. Oh, no, it was just the lighting, they're white. And they're doing spinning stuff. They spin around. And the stage changes colors, like from red to more like a light blue colors, while she is singing, still standing on that podium, that ramp. It's still the first chorus that we're in. And then she's taking off her dress. And then she's wearing Milkman meets circus outfit. I just don't understand that outfit. Why? Because the backdrop is now beautiful. You've seen this clip with the beautiful mountains and the trees, and she's walking to the front right now. And yeah, that's a, you know, so it's like interesting staging for the wrong song. And she's very dramatic now in the front. Yeah, there's a lot of focus on the dancers, and they're just so dramatic with this very heavy ballad. And like the tension, like he's like spinning, 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 and she's singing, and then we look at him spinning, 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 while she's singing her big notes. Lots of cuts as well. I don't get the song. I don't get the staging. It's not boring. The staging almost tries to cover up the song. It's a lot happening. It's disjointed again. I'm sorry, y'all. Not my favorite staging or outfits. Right staging for the wrong song, right? Yes. This could have been actually interesting staging with the right song. I still would fight you on the outfits, because although the outfits could work for others as well. Oh, they're talking to the Icelandic they're going to the commentator booth right now on the next break, and they're interviewing the commentator from Iceland. So, yeah, they chose Iceland, but since they're not in the semi, we're good. It's not favoritism. So yeah, any questions at ESC United? Because we are now moving on to the next country, which France. No wonder we need more than a short break. They're going to have to talk like to every commentator to get that staging ready. From what I'm hearing, it takes forever. Now they're moving on from Iceland to. They're talking to a gentleman from Denmark, right? Yeah, he is the Denmark commentator. He is in the semis. That's bias. Favoritism. Do you think in the finale they will have to put France after a break? Yes. I feel like they're getting the Sweden treatment, because Sweden often has to be after a break because of the big props. Seems like this time it's going to be France's turn. Wasn't like it happened to the UK as well, other countries, but there's so many props, so many big props this year. So we shall see. Or maybe they just have to get better at it. Maybe they haven't figured out it could be different now, because during the first dress rehearsal this afternoon, it took forever for France. Maybe they have a better flow now. They're learning as well, as I pointed out, the stage people, the stage crew. So she keeps walking along the commentator booths. I think they're talking to the French commentator. Yeah, it must be the French one from what I'm hearing. No, Switzerland. Sorry, I just had an accent. It's the Swiss one, actually. I'm lying. But, you know. Yeah. So after this, we're going to have France, then Denmark, then Czechia, then Luxembourg, then Germany. Obviously, I've got quite a few. Then Serbia, and then Finland. And then we get the interval acts, and then we get the fake voting with the actual artists. So we'll see how that split screen works. Matt, you said that the EBU wanted France to win. How do you think they are going to place them in the final? Well, it depends on where they draw. If they draw first half, they can't do much. But if not, they will, give them a favorable running order. That's my feeling. Although they can't be too favorable, because they got such a great one last year as well, right? But it would probably be after a break, like 17 or 18 or something like that. Although it cannot be too close to Switzerland either. So I'm not sure. Also, I'm not saying that, I just think they want them to win. I'm not saying they're going to win, but they will try. Oh, we're going to France now. Oh, I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited. Okay, she's going to Ascona, Switzerland, wherever that is. It's a beautiful town by the ocean. Oh, it's so quaint and beautiful. It must be by a very Italian feel, like when I was at the Italian Riviera. That's what it feels like. Oh yes, they're eating ice cream. She's scooping ice cream for the customers. She has to work. Everyone else gets to have fun, and she gets to work during Eclipse. Doesn't seem fair. All right, here we go. France. 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 So she starts holding a sand. Oh. Did she? Oh, she was supposed to drop it. She's an hourglass, a sand hourglass, right? And then she drops it. After she flips it around, then she's sitting around the sand. I know it's cork, and it starts already some stream of sand coming down. And then she stands up, and she looks up. A beautiful overhead shot. as the sand's still running down next to her. And then she puts her hand into that stream of sand that's coming down as it trickles onto her hand. She sounds beautiful. So she's kneeling down again. It's always very close. There are not any wide shots. Now she's like doing the mama part. She grabs a bunch of sand and does like this. And it's always close to slowly zooming in around her. There was one overhead shot or two, but now she's walking around the stream of sand that's coming down. Oh, now she's digging in the sand. Oh, there's a mirror underneath the sand. So she digs a hole where there's a mirror inside the sand, and then she looks at herself in the mirror. That scared me. It was a little loud. Like the boom sound, she just jumps up. This is powerful, y'all. This is beautiful. She sounds amazing. Again, lots of spinning around her where she's on her knees working with the sand, and then she stands up and using the stream. Lots of camera spinning around her, a little zoom in and out. And now there's Mama part, the second part, you see all that sand behind her blowing up. And then the second part, then it comes a little almost steam out of the sand on the backdrop. It's very dramatic, beautiful. Another part where the spinny sand comes around her. You can hear the audience. The audience loves it. So beautiful. It's very artistic, but it works. And she never misses a note. Mama, mama. During that part, it's a close-up, she's doing this. And then there's some smoke blowing from the side. The sand now stops, by the way, at the end. Oh, that was a little sharp, I think. The last note was not quite as good, but it was minor. Yeah, the sand stops at some point, and then like blue light comes in. So when I said, yeah, the one note, don't worry about it. It was a minor thing. It was beautiful staging. Yes. So it's all close up, right? Very intimate. And she is just playing with the sand, either on her knees, digging the hole where the mirror comes in. She's interacting with the sand that's falling next to her. And in intimate shots, a few headshots. And okay, they have another break already. They have Sandra and Hazel cleaning the stage right now with mops. All right, as a joke about it. So they need time before and after. But you see that all the 58 stage hands cleaning up behind France. Do you see winner vibes, Matt? Yes, I can see this one winning. I'm not saying it will win, but I think it's a contender for the jury win. A contender for the jury win. And it's a contender for the top 5 of the televote. So depending how it levels out, it could happen. Again, I'm not saying it will happen. Okay, we're moving on now to Denmark, and she's going to a city that I don't know how to pronounce because it was also there is a castle. It's another small town where she walks like through a courtyard or something, and she's waving, and she's greeting another woman, and they're pretending they know each other and are BFFs. And then walk up old set of stairs to a castle or a church. Oh, it looks like a Harry Potter room. They're playing this old harp instrument. So they're playing harps or like, you know, that kind of stuff. So I'm curious about this one because the clip staging felt a little like 2013. So I'm hoping it's going to be, the whole package is going to be a little bit more exciting for Denmark. Let's go. Oh, it's not silver. Like she's wearing like, it's a very close up. It's super close, like this. The camera's following her hand a little. When you said colors, the colors come in because it's like white and black. Now it's like blue, purple. Always a little close, but she's doing like this. La, la, la. Then it zooms out. Apparently she's on a circular platform. So black and white staging. I said now it's colorful. And there's a white curtain behind her. And the LED screen, it's more like it's a huge, like it's like a round curtain around her. And that's like a shadow doing this behind her, really big. And the LED looks like another big curtain. It's a nice effect. And then it turns into like dark sky, clouds, I mean. This part actually looks really good, but it's very dark. So these dancers are leaning into her through the curtains, like they're pressing against her, but they're on the other side of the curtain. Now we're in the second chorus, and the dancers pull away the curtains a little bit and interact with them because they're like the curtain is like in 4 different pieces. And then it's hard to see. Are the twirling stuff? Oh no, it's just the long sleeves. Never mind. Yeah, they have like long sleeves. They're wearing blue. She continues to stay on the platform, by the way. And I'm very disappointed that the wind machine is not working overtime like it did in the national final. That was my favorite part. She sounds way better, by the way, in case you're wondering. It has a lot of close-up shots as well, by the way, so you don't see a lot of wide shots. Now she's on her knees during the bridge part. And now she's getting off the platform at last. When she hit that big note, she's like on the catwalk, halfway through to the end of the stage. With the dancers. Oh wow, that's a cool moment. They're leaning in a certain way, like the legs, feet are glued to the floor as they're leaning, like almost into the audience. It's a cool little moment. And during the last chorus, she walks all the way to the front of the stage and sings. She sounded way better. Yeah, she sounds good. So it's better than I thought. I was really worried about. They shouldn't have chosen the clip that chose. There's a lot more going on. There are a lot more elements. It's very fluid. They're different. It's sectioned out each moment of the song. That's good. Am I more convinced it's going to qualify? Maybe not. But it wasn't bad, actually. I did enjoy it. Who's next? Oh, yeah, Czechia. Right? Yeah. And he is somewhere hugging a man in the evening. And he's looking at a salt shaker, an empty one. Oh, and they're going to a big pile of salt. So he's getting a little salt shaker, and then there's a huge pile of salt, and he probably is going to use a little bit of salt and puts it in there. I'm curious about this one because it's also a make or break. Because I currently actually have Czechia as a potential non-qualifier, which I hope not, because the song is bomb.com. Okay, they have like this very narrow like shot. We can only see this much of the camera, and his microphone has a big spider on it. Oh, it's very dramatic, that moment. That was it. Is it a spider or a dead bird, or what is that? But it's a flower. There's the big piece on his microphone that was almost like blocking his view. But it was a dramatic, cool opening. Okay, I'm just watching right now because it's just him on stage. Lots of just white lights. You know what he's wearing. Again, there's a lot of spinning around there's familiar shots. Never mind, there's the dancer. Like as soon as he goes into the second verse, all the dancers show up, like out of nowhere. That's a cool moment. And then the dancers are on the ground doing like some choreography and then get up and spin around him. Similar to what we've seen before at Eurovision. Not like groundbreaking, but they're interacting with him. Like one is holding his hand, the other one is doing this behind him. And one is actually holding the microphone for him as he's singing. Then they take off his jacket so we can see his top. Kiss, kiss, goodbye. So yeah, it's him, and there's some choreography now going with the 4 dancers that he's interacting with them a lot. And then the techno beat comes in, and then it turns all red, and they're dancing. Ding, ding. Yeah, you just see red lights. They're all doing their dance, the choreography, all 5 of them. It's a little dark for me to see. And as soon as you start singing again, they run off, the dancers, and it's just him walking by himself again. Now, keep in mind, there's not much backdrop in terms of like things. It's just white. So there's like, I mean, there's a little bit like there's like a tunnel, like a square-looking tunnel in the back, but nothing that's really like whoa. It accentuates. It doesn't take attention away. And then the dancers come back when he hits that big note. It's a little underwhelming, the big note, the head voice. Oh, they have like a weird overlay filter there when he sings. It's like, ah, and then it gets all wishy-washy, the screen, as the dancers all line up with him. So they have a filter there as well. Briefly. And then again, the camera, the view, you can only see this much. My verdict didn't change my opinion. It didn't worsen it either, though. So it didn't help because now I don't know if I want to put it in because the song itself deserves to be in. I don't know. Next up is Luxembourg, right? Yeah. She's going up a gondola. Yeah, an old-fashioned gondola, which I hope is safe. There's like 1 or 2 people fit into that thing. And when she goes up there, is up on a mountain where she's waving at an older lady, hugging her, and they're walking together into an old... Oh, an old lady is serving her soup. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day, and it's already 1:17. That's not fair. I have pizza left over downstairs. Why am I talking about my personal stuff? All right. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, another delay. I wonder why Czechia doesn't have any props. I can think of, does Luxembourg have any? Because I thought it's mostly just the LED screen that's doing the work. Either way, there's a delay. I don't know what to do. There's nothing happening. We're just seeing screens again. Audience again. Ah, never mind. Luxembourg is happening. Here goes nothing. Ooh, that stage looks amazing. That backdrop. It's like a big castle. Oh, and she's going for a keyhole. Whoa, whoa, guys. Never mind. There are tons of. Whoa. What is she doing? Where is she? That was all just backdrop? She was on the LED floor lying, but it looked like she was in a room. Like she was sitting on a modern chair, like in the dollhouse chair. And then it was kicking objects around, but they were not real objects. They were just LED screens. And you see the 1965 Luxembourg performance playing in the back on the TV. Oh, the camera is freezing. Not now. Not now freezing. Wow. That looked amazing. Okay, it's back. And there's a big modern dollhouse while the dancers are doing their stuff. Oh, they're going all out with the puppet theme here. They're embracing it. This is amazing. I knew this was going to do. I do not regret this. This is a big modern pinky dollhouse, but like with a twist. I love how this entire time the TV is playing a song from 1965, the video. She's interacting with the dancers on the catwalk. What is that? Wow, and that's just the choreography is tight, how she interacts with the dancers, that she's owning them. Ooh! It looked amazing. Wow. Bisu, dun, na, 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 nun. Now, for this part, by the way, the backdrop stays the same. It's the dollhouse the entire time for the last minute or so, so they don't even change it. It's really about how she interacts with the dancers and the colors, and they use advantage of the LED floor as well. Oh, during the instrumental part, it's flashy lights. Now, not. Oh, she has a costume change. She's wearing silver now, and they're like shadows on the back, flashy lights. Now she turns into the chic Barbie. And she's sitting in a big note. Oh, and like the dollhouse is broken in the back. She broke it. Oh, it exploded. Na 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 na. See you in the finals. Na, na, da, 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 da. This is amazing. And she's singing high notes, long notes. Luxembourg. Oh, and now it falls into pieces. That was a moment, y'all. That was a moment. I had so much fun. Now, I know some of you don't like the song, but you will at least appreciate the effort that was put in the staging. Tight. Just from the second she takes the stage, where she lies on the LED floor, it almost looks like she's flying through a keyhole, and then she's in that dollhouse room. And I thought they had props, but it was the screen, actually. It was so well done. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hey, Matt, will the watching first Eurovision from Bulgaria, will be able to vote here? Anyone? Yes, you can be part of the rest of the world. You can start voting actually tonight, probably, because you have 24 hours or so to vote. So you get to vote 20 times. Or 100 times if you want to use 5 different credit cards and spend all that money. It was absolutely amazing, y'all, Luxembourg. This was a moment. Luxembourg is back in the contest, and they didn't stay in 1993. They joined us in 2025. Now we're moving on to Israel, and I know, lots of thoughts and opinions out there. So I will keep it, professional, but I will not go into too much detail. At least I get to drink something real quick. We do know that it's only going to be her on stage, by the way. With that big staircase. You've all seen it in the video. And keep in mind, after this, we still have other countries. Germany, Serbia, and Finland. So Germany will be next after this, right? And then Serbia, and then Finland, and then we will get the interval acts. And after that, we will get the most important thing of the night, the fake qualifiers. Because the acts will be in the green room playing along. In case I don't hear any booing right now, in case people are asking. No clue. I was listening for a moment. I will certainly not change my opinion. I still think it's going to finish first in the semi. The thing that surprised me the most about the staging isn't that in the first time, I didn't say that was the max for how high a prop can be. This is way higher than that. So I'm not sure how that well worked. Ooh, she cracked on that big on one of the notes. That's gonna matter. This is gonna be probably changed a little bit. I see one Palestinian flag there, by the way. I'm just paying. Here's some shouts. Okay, you hear the booing at the end of the song. Oh, and they have the fake applause. Yeah, so they're covering it up as much as possible, but you could hear it like as she was still singing. The quiet part. You don't see many Palestinian flags there either, though. So we got 3 countries left. So there's also a choice having Israel and Germany right next to each other because they both have these really big props. So, but hey, that's how you practice. Matt, am I delusional to think Israel could not win this semi? I wouldn't say you're delusional because of this, but I think that it's unlikely that they're not going to win it. Um, that that's my thinking at least. And by the way, if you have any questions at ESC United in the chat, okay? Two more countries to go in the second semifinal, but first, another member of the Big Five, or as they would say, die großen fünf. Wir freuen uns, Deutschland. Here kommt Germany. Finally, a language I speak. I'm holding hope for Erika and JJ to overpower. Well, it doesn't really matter if they come first or third or fifth. You know, it comes down what happens in this finals. That's more important. Do you think France could make Israel's impact less strong? In the semis, it won't matter. You know, it's on the finals, and that's something we can discuss once we have the lineup and see exactly the running order. I think you should take Malta's and Iceland's flags out. Toy admitted you were underwhelmed. Plus, they are in English, and English songs didn't advance in the final. Yeah, but we cannot just say, well, since in Firma 1, all the English ones didn't qualify, that this will happen in this one as well. Because honestly, then you would make a case that Montenegro will go through. No. I don't see that. I don't think Malta will not qualify, although I think I may move it down a little. That's what I'm thinking. But not yet. Let's watch Germany. So he plays his lit up cello. Cello, is that a cello? I don't know what that is even. Oh, we see the first clip. And he's like, da, 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 da. And you see her silhouette flashing behind the big curtain. La, 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 la. That's the clip you saw. Oh, the camera is a little messy. I'm trying to pay attention. What you've seen right now is what you now. Once she's done with the chorus, the first one, she's walking down the stairs off the prop that she was on. And then she grabs the camera and pushes it, so it spins around once. And it looks like she's that looks cool though. Lots of close up where she's walking underneath almost the prop, and she's hiding behind the stairs. Creates like this front level where the shot for the stairs onto her face. You see the dancer standing behind her in the dark, almost like she looks is in a club or something like that, walking through rooms. Okay, and then the okay, what was that? So they had these really big weird close-ups with the dancers, like they're all pretending they were in a club. They were dancing. The camera was dancing with them. They were holding phones, and like they want to give us this "we're in a club" vibe. Vocally, it's still a little. So now she's standing next to him, and she's taking his seat. Now she's sitting on that block in the center of the stage. Lots of dark. And she has that big boombox in the back, right? The big prop. Now she's walking towards the front by herself, and he climbed up on the actual prop. Oy, tut ein bisschen weh indeed. I understand what they're trying to do here. They're trying to create something like a rave or a party in a club. She's ripping off one of her a jacket or a piece of her dress and then throws it into the audience. Oh, now it turns super pink or purple, I should say, the stage. Oh, there was like almost like an explosion for a moment when there's a when she breaks into the last chorus. But the dancing is like it's silly. It's barely choreographed. It's more like people just doing like this, like the dancers. Oh no, I'm worried. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Vocally, it was underwhelming. The staging was confusing. I like some of the ideas. Some of the visuals are really cool, but it was very dark, and maybe people will like it, but I just don't get it. Like the dancers could have been a little bit more cohesive rather than just doing like we're at a club. Woo, 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 woo. It seems like pretending to be organic, normal dancing, but it seems weird. So well, Germany's already pre-qualified, so we don't have to worry about qualification. So I was gonna be like, I have to think about it. The energy seems not to be present enough. No, I mean she tried to give energy. I will give her that. She was smiling. She was into it. She really was. But I think the more she's into it, the less consistent her vocals are. I don't think she can do both. So that's the concern. Maybe she'll be better tomorrow. You know, that's one of those caveats. Not tomorrow, but Saturday. You get my point. Or tomorrow, you know, during the live show. But especially Saturday. She still has time. You know, she still has 6 more rehearsals or something like that. No, not 6, 5. Oh, here comes Serbia. Okay, the camera's upside down and spins around. It's beautiful. Lots of smoke. He's standing. Oh, it's hard to see where he's even standing. That's like he's like created a new place he's at. There are like a couple of dancers underneath him, but that you can barely see because they're almost covered by smoke as he's wearing his red suit. Oh, and then they're actually interacting with him as well. It's pretty beautiful. Lots of close-ups. Mila. Okay, the symbolism actually here is pretty cool because the one dancer is like holding the microphone for him and he pushes him away and grabs the microphone. Like you get it. Oh, and there's a big eyeball showing up on screen that, oh, it's like it's an eye that opens. It's huge. And it glows in like a light green bluish color. Oh, a cappella? The Mila, the second Mila, that's very, very a cappella. Just a tiny bit of piano. I don't remember this being that a cappella. Maybe it was. It's very heavy, like relying on those dancers, like at creating an atmosphere. They're dancing around him, in front of him. Oh, the piano's really pretty here. Oh, no, he's interacting kind of what Belgium did. You know, like he's touching the ground where I think his is it him or somebody else that he's interacting with on the LED floor? And then the big Mila, the big electric guitar moment comes in, and now it becomes energetic. They're dancing around him, and then they're grabbing his legs that we saw. And he sounds great. Oh, his voice is so good. This is a part you've seen, so I don't have to explain it. It's okay, lots of flashing now at the end here as well. The dancers are always there with him, like as his shadow almost that breaks into pieces like his demons. It is just storytelling is an A for me here. And I usually don't like it too artsy, but here it absolutely works. Serbia has a great staging. I have it as a qualifier, and right now I feel more confident leaving it in there. It's a nice contrast. Like you pay attention to this because you're like, what are these dancers doing? And it kind of just works with the melody, so it puts you in the moment. It puts you in the mood, and it is a moment, especially right before Finland. Speaking of Finland, I didn't know where she was going, but she's also in a cute little town, greeting a person. And they are going into a room. It's a bar, I think. I guess Erika's getting hammered. Now she's playing cards. She's playing cards. Okay. So now we're getting that crazy alleged performance. We probably see what we saw in the national final, just elevated with the national final stage. We saw the clip already, again, the 30 seconds. Let me see how this whole package will work. And after that, we'll have more, of course. We have the interval act and the fake results. Mila. Ich komme. Big on the screen. A dramatic beginning. Flashing lights. And she holds the microphone stand sideways. And she's doing like this movement, very dramatic. It's funny because the microphone stand doesn't have like a stand, actually. It's just a metal piece. Yeah. It's just black, like what you saw in the clip. She's just holding that metal piece. And then she drops that piece, and then she has a real microphone stand that she interacts with, but not even really use it. A little bit stripper pole action there. Is that the clip they showed online? The light beams, like those things that the Lego ones that go up in a like this way. It looks really cool. Almost creates an arch almost. It's very effectively used. Wunderbar shows up on screen, but we know all of that. Now the lights turn out purpley during the second verse. A little bit of smoke randomly blown around. She's on the front stage part, just in case, you know. Ich komme. Oh, that's the part I think we saw. Nothing here else to describe. Think of it really as a national final performance, but elevated with the Eurovision stage. And it's all her personality that makes it look. Oh, there's a guy running next to the stage who blows the smoke. Because you have to, like, he holds something that does smoke. So I could see him running. And now she's doing like this leaning back on her legs. And then you have an overhead shot of her. It spins around her a little bit. She's walking now back to the main stage, probably where she's waiting to climb on the big microphone. You know the song, yeah. Okay, they have a few shots on the audience while she probably climbs onto the microphone, but the shots are not good because you don't see them really well. Now she's on the microphone as it's being that moment is just so cool. I mean, thousands of people in the arena while she's hanging from a microphone, not from a microphone, but sitting on top of it. Yep, there comes the fire, everything that you've seen. in terms of energy, more than anything, the energy is there. The audience clearly liked it. The vocals were energetic. I'm still worried about the juries on this one, but since there are no juries in the semi, nothing to worry about. Clearly going to qualify. She sounded good. It's kind of what you would expect. I don't think there's anything to point out that is new. She doesn't bring anything crazy on stage. There's not a crocodile or I don't know, milk churning or anything. It's really just her interacting with the microphone stand and the microphone, working with the camera, and then eventually walks up to the actual microphone, the big one, and which lifts her up. There's not much happening on the backdrop except for, you know, little things here, the words wunderbar, ich komme, they're all showing up on there. And besides that, then some flashing little things. There was some purple lights, you know, but nothing that really distracts you or sucks you in. It's really just the focus is on her. So this will obviously fall. Now, I listened to the whole thing here. What would I change? I think I'm going to take Ireland off for the time being. After this performance, I'm not quite as convinced. So now I have two potential candidates to put back in the top 10. And it is between these two. Ireland, Armenia, or Greece. By the way, we're not going to get the rehab. We're not getting a rehab. We're getting a recap now. So I can just chat for a moment. So I have to figure out which one I want to put in, because actually I personally would take Lithuania, but it's so popular apparently. So there must, and it has a lot of diaspora. So I'm keeping it in for now. I still think Serbia will go through. I'm convinced about, I would put Malta a little bit further down though. You know what? I'll put Malta down. So I'm moving. No, you know what? I'm going to leave Australia here. I'm going to put Luxembourg up. Oh, man. Put Malta here for now. Help me all. Who should be... I mean, you haven't seen it yet. Oh, man. I don't know what to do. I need to think about this. I need to think about this a little. Qualify. Yeah. Fine. I'm between. I'm going to do this now. For now, I still reserve the right to change it. There you go. All right, I'm keeping Greece in there for now. I'm not certain though. I have to think this through. This is hard, y'all. This is hard, y'all. Anyway, we're on the recap, and again, the artists are in the green room playing along the whole thing. So add your questions now that I can answer a little bit while we're waiting for the next thing to come up at ESC United. If you have any need me give further clarification of what I've seen, because, you know, first one is, I don't think Austria will qualify. Austria will not qualify. Now we can talk about if it's not going to come first, but not qualify? No. Serbia in favor of Armenia? I don't think no. I'm not ready to give up on Serbia. I'm almost more, it's between, like, somehow I want to think like Lithuania is the Eurovision bubble favorite, but I don't know. Could I see a universe where Malta is too off-putting? Yes. I could see, I feel like these five are safe for me now. Like, I don't want to touch them. Any of these five could be out. I felt more comfortable or confident in Malta until now. Now I could see either of them go out and then Armenia go in there somewhere. Okay. I need to think this through. We still have to recap. We're currently Czech Republic, Czechia. Why did you move Malta down? I missed it. I think the staging was a little incoherent, and her vocals were just fine, and it seemed a little forced, the staging, and it didn't really get that much fun until like the end, the bouncy balls. So I don't think the other performances were more slick. So I could see this one not clicking with the masses. I still think though it's going to qualify, but yeah. But I did the same thing with Cyprus. You know, I kept moving Cyprus down, further down, and then I kept it like in 8th place or so. And then it still didn't qualify. So I'm not saying Malta is the next Cyprus because she's certainly vocally better. But yeah, I have to think about this one. I'm no longer would be, to me, Malta would no longer be a shock non-qualifier. Let's put it that way. I think they will be forgotten amongst the Finland and Armenia is too early in the running order. It's not Australia, then Malta. Someone is going to cancel someone out. Well, I think we can now eliminate the whole early running order because, you know, 7 out of the 8 songs qualified from yesterday, and then the last 2 did not. So I think it's really not necessarily an issue or concern for me. I need to think this through. It's a lot of pressure when I'm trying to listen to the show, talk to you all, and then divide my brain. Yeah. So now that the recap is over, we're moving on to the interval acts. And then, of course, the fake voting, right? In March 2020 was cancelled for that year, the first time in its long history. The world stood still because of the pandemic, and many songs were never sung on the stage they were actually made for. Dear Eurovision family, it's time to fill that gap. Tonight, some of the biggest Eurovision acts of 2020 finally get the stage and the audience they deserve. So I guess a few of the 2020 acts will perform. Oh, John's Tears. Well, he took part the following year, so, and he came 3rd. Effendi, also she took part the following year. She's back, I guess. Oh, they're telling what happened. I started crying. Destiny is saying, why? And then Lithuania, the Roop as well. They're talking about how devastating they all were. The funny thing is, all these actors are showing they took part in Eurovision anyways. Effendi said, I could not believe it. I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity, giving us this opportunity. I mean, it's wonderful, but I wish they would have brought back the Mamas from Sweden or some of the acts that didn't get to do it, you know? Because it's no shade on them. It's still great that they show that. Where's Ben Dolig and Ulrike? Exactly, right? I couldn't think of all the names right now. I would have preferred that, but I understand, you know, what they did. I'm still glad they showed some of them. So now John's Tears is singing his song. So you can see that. I mean, John's Tears makes sense because, you know, Switzerland. So that one. But again, I am very happy how they bring back prior artists. You know, the last year's acts, some of them, you know, singing Celine's song yesterday, and now we have the 2020 acts and 21 acts. So. I'm not going to tell you, you know what the songs are, and they're just playing them on stage. You know, he's sitting on the piano and singing his song. Pretty, you know, very simple staging, clearly. So I think that they're singing the 2020 songs, yes. I'm sure they're going to sing a shortened version of it. I mean, I'm glad. Oh, that's a cool. That's like his jacket is on fire and it's dripping fire. It's a cool little effect. It's not an LED screen. It's actually dripping fire off of his jacket, I think. Dang, that's a cool effect. But they're not in the running, so who cares? So, and then they're moving on to Lithuania, the Roop. I love the Roop, though. One of my favorites in 21. At least I get to sing live as well, by the way. They're not lip syncing. I'm higher. I think and I'm on fire. I still can't believe they canceled 2020. They could have done an online contest. You know, just. They have all the dancers as well there, like from the 21. That's cool. You cannot really hear the audience very well. Somebody's saying, are they muted? They're being muted. They're not quiet, but you cannot hear them well on the live stream or the show because DBU made sure of that. You seem to enjoy Greece performance, but have doubts. Why? Because I'm worried that the song itself is too linear. It doesn't have any valleys, ups and downs, and it's a little melodically, a little not as impactful as I'd like it to be. And if you don't speak the language, it could have been kind of forgotten. That being said, her voice is so good. It's almost falling off here. That's why I keep pushing it, not because I want to push the Greek flag. It's not sticking well. So that's why I'm concerned. I had the similar concerns in previous years when they didn't qualify. That's all. Okay, now we're moving on to Azerbaijan. I keep forgetting that because Azerbaijan songs sound so similar. You seem disappointed, but you have muted the audience a lot. Do you think fan sites have played a major part? Fan sites. Pylon, many encouraged last year a contestant who had. No, because put fan media aside. You don't think that people would still be mad at the situation at Eurovision? I don't think that had anything to do with that. The vast majority of people of Eurovision, they don't pay attention to fan media. Matahari. No, not Cleopatra. See, it's the same song. I wasn't like Matahari, like Cleopatra. So I think they just muted for that reason, but not because of the fan media. It's just they don't want to have. That's why, what's his face? Martin Osterdahl no longer says you're good to go because they don't want to have to go to him because people would boo him. This was organic. La, 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 la. So the staging is all about, you see snakes, like more than 6 dancers, because they don't have to work with the restrictions of 6 people max per performance. And then we have Malta, probably the last one. I don't have to explain every little detail of the performances. You get to see those, but at least you know they're coming. Was Israel booed again? Somebody's asking. So they used again fake applause at the end of the song, but you could hear some noises in between as it was getting quiet, but they tried to drown it as much as possible with the technology. So but yeah, I'm curious what people said in the arena that were in there. Let me listen to Malta, actually. She also has like a dozen dancers on stage with her. I still wish they would have, and that's not, I love Destiny, but you know, it would have been nice to have other people there on stage. So as a reminder, this is just the rehearsal. We're going to get the fake results shortly after, which we have to discuss. The artists are in the arena, so you don't want to miss it, right? And if you do, like, what kind of fan are you? Let's see here. And that's a good opportunity now to ask questions at ESC United. If you missed some of the performances and you want me to give you any information. And as always, as my dear Aussie Rose mod says, please like the video to help me stay alive in this algorithm of YouTube, because I've been gone for a year. In the arena, and she filmed the Israeli entry. Yes, there was some booing in the arena. ESC United is in the arena. We're not in the arena. We are, does it look like the arena? They were in the arena earlier today. Unless did Roy get tickets? I don't even know. He did. I don't think he did. Because only Roy and David are on site this year. Yes, from Facebook video, Israel has been applauded by the audience. So they get applause this time. You know what? Sometimes it can also be different what section you sit in. Because when you look at clips from like last year, there were clips where the cheering was pretty loud, depending on what section what was in there. But well, it is what it is. All right, now that Malta has performed, finally on stage with their songs. So they're celebrating the acts again. The most important news, the green room. So they're going to go back to the green room. At least they're showing it right now. You saw it yesterday, what it looks like. So nothing to explain here. I'm just kind of observing the information. Yep. So there's just show us the acts in the green room being like wavy and they hi and a little bit of audience shots and all of that stuff. So that stuff you will see. Then also, wait. Yeah, viewers at home, please don't forget to use your voice. You and only you decide who gets to ba 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 ba. They should have given Deodato to perform. I mean, he did get to perform in 2022, right? Okay, we're getting the recap again. Milkshake man. Rumor says Tom Leap is on Eiffel Tower right now. Oh. I assume that's a joke. Yeah, we're just getting the recap, so not much to add. And as a reminder, yes, we're going to wait for the fake results here. And tomorrow I will be live with Connor before the live show to discuss my final predictions, which I will check in a moment. And as well as we're going to be live after the results when we're going to properly complain about a surprise non-qualifier, because that's how we do it. So be back for that. And if you subscribe and you hit that notify bell, you get notified as soon as we are live. Or just wait. You can do that as well. Whatever works best for you. So we are now look at my stream just in a pretty choppy live stream right now. So we're stuck on Lithuania. The screen. Okay, now it's moving again. Let's see here. They should have gotten Victoria from Bulgaria. Yeah, I love that song. It's one of my favorites from 2020. Thank you for the lovely stream, Matt, and everyone. Thank you for the nice words. I really appreciate it. Which interval act did you prefer? Well, here in Switzerland was my favorite. They may get another one here. I mean, we'll see, but made in Switzerland, not here. That was just pure Eurovision, like perfection, because we love these jokes about Eurovision or things that we invent and why our country is awesome but silly at the same time, so I'm all for that. Absolutely. So the show's probably running a little late because there were some delays to get this stuff done, especially after some performances. So we should do we get another, because in yesterday's show we had two interval acts, right? We had the Made in Switzerland and then the Celine Dion tribute. So I would think there would be one more thing here, right? Who was your biggest surprise for the day? I think you can know the answer, but it is Luxembourg. That staging was amazing. Little Tiny Luxembourg is back for more. Like, they can never, ever leave again. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Okay, the recap's done. Well, I'm just putting it up on the comment real quick on screen here. No wonder then the staging is so good. Ukraine knows how to do staging. Okay, we're doing the countdown now. 6, 5. You know how to count. So we're going to finish that. There are like 3 guys on screen right now who wear Ich Komme shirts. Okay, now that the voting is closed, we're gonna move on to more shots of the audience. Well, I'll just looking around. We have to say goodbye to 6 countries tonight. Let's cherish this moment as long as we are all still together. We want to look past the results. Wait, I'm just listening. People here live with 365 days a year. The song contest is De Fuego, Spirit in the Sky. Let's put the spotlight of the ESC universe. Voila. Who is the universe? I don't know what they're talking about. Malta? Oh, they're showing fans who the Maltese fans who love Eurovision all year. Then Turkey. We're bringing Turkish fans in. It's like a little wink. Hi, Turkey. And then Australia fans. Beto from Australia. And then the last one, not the last one, I don't know if there are more. There's some Eurovision merch. Oh, they talk about these fans from Malta, from Australia, and from Turkey, how much they love Eurovision. So you'll get the skit. So putting the fans in the spotlight, which is cute, which I like. Oops, I was going to hit the next question here. I want to thank you for all you do. It's a lot of talking and explaining for hours. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for the kind words. And honestly, I've been doing it for so long. It seems like second nature. And finally, I can just talk and nobody interrupting me. At home, nobody allows me to do that. Everybody wants to have an opinion. Here, I'm the only one. So why not taking advantage of that? I will cry if Czechia won't qualify. I get Duncan vibes with his voice. Good comparison, actually. I can see that comparison as well. He has a slightly deeper voice, I think, than Duncan, but same quality. But yeah, I would be a reason. Again, let me see. Even yesterday, my predictions only had 7 of my personal top 10. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, only 7 of my personal top 10 in here. There are 3 that I would not put in there. So this is not what I want. This is what I think will happen. Have you seen every routine? How many are contenders for the victory? I've seen now every routine once, because I just watched the whole dress rehearsal. The fans are still talking there, by the way. And I pointed out France had hype because of staging, and I think the hype is there for a reason. Oh, they turned off the live stream. Did they? I'm going to refresh it. Maybe just my thing just crashed. Let's see. Here in Switzerland. No, it's back up. It crashes for a second. I'm like, they crashed. Oh, thank you so much. By the way, love everything that you do on this channel. Keep it up, Matt. And thank you. I've taken all work of that English slower. I've taken off work, time off from work all week to do this. So I get to do all of this. So thank you for the support. Thank you. You look happy, Matt, and I'm sure that's cheered up your fans, including me. Best wishes. No, you're cheering me up again. I've been for some rough times, but things are better, and you got to focus on the good. You got it. And I got my little. Those who haven't seen him yet, I'm going to bring the unofficial ESC United mascot. Say hi to Gaston. It's my little baby. He's my favorite thing in the world, and he helped me through some rough times. Am I right? He loves me and I love him. So I should do the live stream like this for the rest of the day. Oh yeah, he's my baby. He wants to go out play badly. He's like, can we go? Can we go? Can we go? No, we cannot go yet. I'm gonna do this as a live stream for the rest. Okay. But yeah, so we're back on the live stream. They're still talking to the fans. So, you know, it's all about the fans. For someone who doesn't like puppies, Gaston is beautiful. What a sweet, sweet dog. Thank you. How can you not love puppies? You're gonna love puppies. Let's feed. I know I'm just showing off my dog because I love him so much, so that he's gonna get a treat. You want a treat? Who wants a treat, boy? You want a treat? Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, he loves his treats. Anyway, so yeah, he's my baby. Who is Gaston's favorite in the semi? Clearly Laika, because you know, I will never shoot you in space. Never. Okay, now go. You're annoying. All right, I got to focus on this. I'm still talking to the fans, so I didn't really miss much. Now something is happening at last. Oh, we're going to see Switzerland, the border of Switzerland. Education about Switzerland. It's what a country? More than half the country is covered by the Alps. 4 official languages. Oh, they're giving us a review of what Switzerland is. But with a very interesting choreography of people on stage. We have other things that connect us all. We like to organize. We like to be punctual. It sounds very German to me. Okay, they do like interpretive dancing while they're telling stories about what Switzerland is. They're like wearing yellow, blue, red, and green. It's cool. So it's another interval act, as expected. Why do we always function like clockwork? Rushing through the what? Take. So they're just gonna have like a little storytelling and the dancers doing all the talking. I'm gonna have my headphones on. Don't you have a cat? I used to have 2 cats. They both passed away about 2 years ago. So yeah, I was petless for like 6 months, and when I got really sad, I was like, I need another friend. You know, I have plenty of love at home, but I cannot not have pets. There's so much joy. So I'm watching this, by the way. Some people may like this. It's kind of cool, visually artsy idea, but it's very odd to me. It's very interpretive dancing, with like turning a story about Switzerland, and then it was like into a song, but a talking song with lots of lighting, and it's almost all overhead view, by the way. You only see overhead view of the performance. Zoom in and zoom out. So yeah, that's basically what's happening. The Dutch delegation apparently is asking the EBU why Joost Klein wasn't in the top streams in the first semi. Do you think that was a mistake or a decision from the EBU? It was a decision from the EBU. They may make it mistakes, but he was disqualified. Therefore, he's not considered a Eurovision contestant, even though he was in the semis. It'll never go away. Okay, y'all, are you ready for the thing that's called the fake qualifiers? Because I sure am, because I'm hungry. After this, I'm going to eat. You are the best, funniest, and sweetest Eurovision YouTuber. Thank you so much from the Netherlands. Well, back at you. Thank you so much. All the love. The fact that I love your song this year, it's only a plus. So Hazel is talking right now. I'm waiting. They're just talking about performances, like about bouncing balls. She's giving a funny summary of the artists, like bouncing balls and like shirtless stuff from Australia. And now they're going back into the green room doing awkward interviews, and I don't even want to listen to it because it makes me awkward. Feel awkward. They're now talking to I almost said Destiny because she was just on stage a second ago. They're talking to Malta. So a reminder, tonight's qualifiers are completely random. They're not the jury qualifiers because number one, there are no juries in the semi, but we have backup juries voting tonight, just in case. And that's what happened, by the way, on Monday. Those who didn't know, the entire show, the entire dress rehearsal was leaked. Somebody was outside basically and hacked into the satellite of the live stream. So hopefully it's not going to happen this time around, but I'm sure they're trying. It's crazy because it didn't have the logo on there. It was pretty embarrassing. And then they blamed it on the other broadcast. That was the funny part. Austria's performance leaked already? And everything will leak. But do me a favor, don't watch it because they will only make it worse for everyone if people keep doing that. Now they're talking to Finland, speaking about Germany. So don't get satellite performances leaked all the time. Not the entire performance. We've gotten certain leaks from like certain delegations or like certain countries, but never the show from the first to the last minute. That was crazy. And even though it leaked, at least had the logo on there sometimes, but this was different. This was very, very different. Is the backup jury in case the televote doesn't work? Oops, that was a delay. Yes, that's just in case the thing doesn't work. And in some cases, like San Marino, they don't have a televote, so they use often juries as well. Now that, again, they're talking to Erika Vikman for Finland in there. Big accounts have already leaked it and spread it everywhere. It's just terrible. It happened again in every year. It is literally an EBU feed from the satellite. And then they just blame everybody else. This is embarrassing. This is very, very embarrassing. But unfortunately, we are at a point where we're not allowed to criticize the EBU because that's one of the things you're not allowed to say critical or offensive things about the EBU, so I cannot go into too much detail without losing my accreditation. So I just want to point it out. It's odd that people find the need to leak it when the real show is less than 24 hours. Betting odds, I think, is maybe a big part of it as well. Who knows? Yeah. So they're still doing the long interview. They're doing a cheese fondue in Finland or something like that while they are talking. Why this is necessary, y'all. I just want to get the fake qualifiers. So just hang on for 2 or 3 more minutes, and then hopefully we'll get the fake qualifiers with that split screen. And I tell you exactly what will happen. So the San Marino people who vote, their votes count as part of Italy's vote. No, so they don't have enough people in San Marino to have a televote. So usually they have a jury now voting. And I think it was also the only country, if I'm not mistaken, I have to double check Wikipedia for that, but the only country actually didn't give any points to Israel in the semis. Now you're using all entries. Who could win? Somebody's asking. Let's think. I'm not ready to yet completely discount the favorites. I do still think that Sweden is very much still in the running. I think they're the most likely to win. But I can see a universe where this one wins, France. It has lots and lots of jury appeal, but I could easily see a top 5 in the televote as well. And if the points fall the way they need to, kind of like what happened with Nemo, it could win. Is Austria a contender? Yes. Am I as confident as I was before? No, but that's just me being overcritical. Could Israel win? Israel will probably get over 300 points from the televote. That's what I'm expecting. And the juries would have to put it back like with less than 200 points. So that would be another one, but I don't think so. So I think it's still kind of, yeah, I don't see another dark horse emerging as the winner. I don't see it, but who knows? Who knows? We'll see. Okay, now we're getting a choir. Oh, they're singing Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo. Nemo. Oh my god, I said Finding Nemo, didn't I? Nemo's. Oh, it was just 2 seconds though. Deji was screaming, "Let the Eurovision Song Contest begin!" I'm like, I thought it already begun. I guess I just had a. Oh, they're showing the recap of the 10 qualifiers from yesterday. Naughty, please. I called him Finding Nemo yesterday, or maybe Monday too. I did. I didn't realize that. It's my favorite Disney movie. It's his fault for having that name. I was showing Celine Dion talking. So a quick summary. Oh, now I get it. It was a quick summary from yesterday. The recap, quick, and then the performances and all that stuff. Poland right now. Tutta Italia, tutta Italia, tutta Italia. Hey, hey. Mi amore, espresso, macchiato, macchiato. Portuguese, 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 Portuguese. Ukraine. And they're doing the Just in Switzerland song. So it's just a nice recap from yesterday. Okay, so I'm just killing the time here until we get to the fake results. How happy are you that all non-qualifiers are English songs? And that all the non-English songs did qualify. I think it's a great thing. And I'm not in favor of getting rid of the language, or like have a language rule, right? Everyone should sing from an artistic perspective in what language. I'm always a strong proponent of encouraging native languages. So I'm glad it shows people can do well, because I'm worried Germany's going to flop with the German song and they will be scared to send German again in the future. So this is hopefully a good sign. So I'm happy, but that doesn't mean I hate on English songs. You know, there are plenty of great songs in English. But yeah, I'm a fan. Okay, now we're getting to the voting, y'all, the fake voters. Which countries won your heart? So I'll give you who are on the fake split screen, and then I will also tell you who fake qualified. And as a reminder, they are all in the green room, the acts. They're going to pretend to be happy or sad. It's always fun. And the crazy thing is so many people stay in the arena to witness this randomness. It's fun. Everything went according to plan. Martin Osterdahl, they show him, he claps, but he doesn't say anything. We are good to go. Yeah, they're still saying it. They're not going to have Martin say it. And they even show it on screen, of course, good to go. Okay, here are the 10 finalists, the first one. Are you ready? They're going to explain it again how that works with that new reveal system. So we let them explain that first. And yes, the actual acts are in the green room because they're rehearsing this as well. Do they think they will let Martin talk in the grand final? No. There's a reason why they're doing this, because they don't want him to talk in the grand final. It would shock me. Okay, here we go. We're looking at the first one are Luxembourg, Austria, and Australia. So those three. So who will make it through? The first country to go through for the grand final. JJ is like, and Australia. Australia qualified, but JJ jumped up because he thought he was going to say Austria. And they said Australia. He's like, yeah. Oh, never mind. Okay, moving on to the next ones are Latvia, Ireland, and Greece. Who is it? Latvia, Greece, or Ireland? Ireland is the second qualifier that is not really qualifying. Imagine this happening with Austria tomorrow, you know, like Australia, thinking their names are coming up. The next three countries are Serbia, Israel, and Montenegro. The third country, Israel, Serbia, or Montenegro. It's Israel. I was listening. So it's Israel that qualified. I was seeing if there are any sounds. So Israel is the third country to go through. Fake qualified. Finland is next. Czechia and Armenia. Finland, Czechia, and Armenia. Also going through is... I tried to listen to the booing of the one. It's Finland, fake qualified. Erika is just like waving a flag. She's having fun. Now she's like fake celebrating. Love her. So us next up is again Montenegro, Georgia, and Malta. Who will it be? Who will it be? Who will it be? The next finalist is Montenegro. She's like, thank you. Thank you. All right. We got 5 down. 5 more fake excitements. Now it's Czechia, Lithuania, and Denmark. Czechia, Lithuania, Denmark. And the next fake one, number 6, is Czechia. And he's just like, he's not even reacting at all. He's just, they're not, none of them. They didn't. Boo, Czechia, you didn't even play along. Boo, boring. All right. Who was actually playing along? We got number 7. Luxembourg, Georgia, and Latvia. Also performing is Latvia is at least fake qualifying. So that's number 7. I said it's almost a believable qualifying 7, except for Montenegro, I guess. Next up is Denmark, Serbia, and Armenia. Oh my God, she has a cough attack, the host. She has a cough attack. Is she okay? Drink some water, lady. Okay, Armenia is the next one through. Okay, so we got what left? 8. This is the one where we had Portugal, Slovenia, and Azerbaijan split screen, right? This time in fake, we have Malta, Lithuania, and Austria. The 9th country to qualify is Malta, Lithuania, or Austria. It's Malta. Malta is the next fake qualifier. We got only one left, which are Georgia, Denmark, was it Greece, Lithuania? What else am I missing? They're going to announce them. Okay. So we have Austria, Greece, Lithuania, Georgia, Denmark, Luxembourg, and Serbia still in the running for the last fake qualifier, y'all. Drama music, indeed. She's still, oh my God, Hazel is still coughing. Oh, she's still choking. You know, when you have something like in your throat and you just can't get it out. And still trying to go for your script. The countries left are, that they're saying it again. They're showing Austria. He's like, I'm mimicking them. I'm acting. Greece. Lithuania. Georgia. Hi. Like, it's me acting. Denmark, covering her face with a flag, and then she's like, Luxembourg. Oh, they're all pretending to be adults. Oh, and Serbia. He's like, yeah. So that's what they're acting. And we will announce it now. And the last one is best effort for Luxembourg. No, it is Serbia. And he's like, so no, Austria is out. Luxembourg is out. I am devastated. Well, let's try this again tomorrow. There is actually another dress rehearsal in the afternoon, but you know, that is so early for me, and we know what's happening. There's nothing new that we can learn. We know the performances now, and we're gonna get a quick recap of that. Tomorrow will be the live show. You get to see all of this, of course, in full. Keep in mind that we'll be live before and after the show to walk you through all of this, okay? So if you have any final questions about tomorrow's show or anything Eurovision, ask me now at ESC United so I can answer them. And we'll do the same thing then, of course, on Friday and Saturday. And then Sunday, after we have a winner, we will have a post show after we have marinated over the results. So we have plenty of shows to come. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get notified by anything about that's happening on this channel. Do you think Austria didn't qualify? No, they just randomly picked stuff. So don't overthink it. They're qualified. They're qualified. They're qualified. So don't you think that for a second. How did the running order feel? Was it a smoother run than semifinal 1? You know what? It wasn't smoother, depending on what your definition is on smooth. There were more delays here because there were lots of props that had to be put on and removed. So there were more delays. So from that perspective, it felt less smooth. Now, I think it's more smooth because of the contrast of the songs. While, you know, in semi 1, we had so many upbeat songs, it feels a little bit more, you know, variety, but it didn't feel bad to me. Can you rank the big 5 entries now based on my taste or based on predictions? Either way, but I'm going to do based on my taste because, you know, that's all I care about. I'm going to leave Switzerland out then, since the direct qualifies just the big 5. Okay, I will say probably my least favorite is my home country, Germany, actually. I do think it's fine, so I'm glad to sing in German, but I just don't, it's not my music. I would say number 4 is Italy. It's a nice song, but it's not quite as remarkable. And the other 3 are actually all in my top 10, I think, at least pre-contest. I would say Spain is 3rd, UK is 2nd, and France probably number 1. That's how I would rank them right now, at least. Okay, now the live stream is over. I accidentally saw Israel's voice crack leak online. Do you think if that happens again, we'll punish by the juries? Well, we don't have any juries in the semi, so she won't get punished. It's very difficult for me to comment on Israel because there's so many layers to with what's going on right now, and I don't want to, go too deep into it. But I think that they will not get that many points from the juries to begin with, and I'll leave it at that. Do you think the jury will respond well to Luxembourg? I don't know. I think they're going to give it a mid. Luxembourg feels mid to me for the juries, but I could see another left side of the scoreboard result for Luxembourg. If anything, I think Luxembourg will do better with the televoters this time around. We shall see. But I think it was amazing. At least that is my thinking. So, yep, I already did all of this. So the next thing we want to make sure is that tomorrow. Oh, actually, are you live streaming the family shows? No, it's too early for me. I have to be up at 5, and I've done this one, and at some point, I need to rest as well so that I'm ready for the actual pre and post show of the semifinal 2. Can Germany make top 15? Sarah, I will say yes, it can. Do I believe it will? No. I don't see it happening. And I wanted to only because I want German to reward for sending a song in German. But that wasn't the song, unfortunately. Oh, it breaks my heart. Between Luxembourg, Latvia, and Lithuania, who is the safest qualifier? Luxembourg. I will say Luxembourg is by far based on performance the safest qualifier. And then it's kind of even for these two in my book. What time is it in your region, Matt? It is now 2:32. I'm in Pacific time in the United States, so 9 hours behind Central European time. So quite a big gap. But hopefully next year it will be 0 hours, so I can be in wherever Eurovision will be held. That is my hope. Yeah. It would be if you were to pick an opener for the final, who would it be? Well, that's difficult. Let me take a look at the final, because right now Iceland, Spain, and Ukraine were drawn into first half. They're not going to put Iceland first again. Spain is not an opener. Out of the ones from semi 1, there's a slight chance Norway, but I don't think so. Norway sounds almost more like a closer to me. It's not going to be Poland. San Marino could be if they are be cruel. That they finally qualified just to be put first. Then out of the second semifinal, I have to see who qualifies and who ends up where. But right now, I would think like San Marino would be one. Some people say that Gojo's dance moves are off-putting. Did you feel so? Nope, I didn't feel it. Wasn't off-putting to me. And again, there will always be some people who feel put off or don't like a performance. There were people said like they were rubbed the wrong way by Switzerland yesterday, and I'm like, I don't get how they could rub you the wrong way, but that's music. So you cannot convert everybody. So I would not worry about this kind of stuff. Absolutely. Do you see Australia going well in the televote final? Yes. If Australia gets a producer chosen or potentially second half, I could see them actually closing the show and getting a pretty good televote result, a top 10 at least. Because they open it and they can close it. They often do that. Sometimes the closers of the semi open the semi and vice versa. That's not uncommon. So I could see that actually happening. What do you think of Ireland? I love the Irish song because, it reminds me of my, growing up and all that stuff, that music. I have a soft spot for it, and it puts a smile on my face. I can't say I was in love with the staging. as much as I thought I was going to be. So maybe I need to really focus. But yeah, so I still love the song regardless. But I was a little less optimistic about the chance to qualify. But maybe I'm also overthinking it. Do you think all the naughty songs can qualify together? Australia, Malta, and Finland. So I will say Australia stands out a little bit because even though those who speak English know, but not everyone picks up on the milk thing as much, maybe. But my answer is yes, they all could qualify. Yes, I think they could. I would put Australia a little bit aside, even though it is naughty. It's not quite as obvious, unless, I mean, for us it is. But I think people are, what's a milkshake, man? He likes the milk, la 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 la. You know, so. Plus, we need a naughty final. What are your top 3 on the night based on performance and song? Luxembourg impressed me so much. I have to put them in there for today. For the night, I don't even know if I'm ranked them for completely, but then I would put Latvia. It's just gorgeous. And I leave Austria in there just for the balls that they have. So I think it's beautiful. I don't know if it'll work, but I think I enjoyed it tremendously. So that would be probably the 3 I would pick. Again, nothing is my favorite songs, not what I predict what will happen, but those you asked for me. It is the 69th edition after all. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Clever too. I want that joke. I'm going to steal that. That's what I'll do anyways. All my jokes are stolen. Yes, so that's what we'll do. So as a reminder, tomorrow I will be back around 7:45-ish Central European time. So we can chat for an hour. Connor will join me and we can talk Eurovision through. And then as soon as the results and the qualifiers are known, I will be back here to talk this through the results and see if we have a Belgium 2.0 situation or if things will go down as we expected. Okay, so I will see you all in the evening tomorrow. Okay, sleep well. Thanks again.